All right, here's the recording. This is 1/8/2025, first session of the new year. This is session. This is gonna be session 13, like number 13. Nervous laughter. We're at Low Cloud Mine still. I think we've said that for the last probably 3 sessions.
Here.
It's where the children belong.
I yearn for the mines. Let me in there.
Henry.
He needs his fossils.
Henry,
He will
let me
not
through.
leave until he gets his
Fossils.
I will not leave until I get a fossil. That is...
So, I don't think we need a... Well, up to you guys. I don't think we need a huge recap. I'll recap, like, the last event. So you guys got to Low Cloud Mine Township, which is a little mining village maintained by the company. And you guys were kind of getting your bearings, and then you realized there was a big old mining disaster. You checked out the mining disaster, and realized that they're a little understaffed at the moment. A lot of the miners that would have been able to do something were injured or incapacitated during the disaster. And you need some vents to be opened, otherwise it's going to keep leaking this gas and not ventilate the shafts at all until they became too dangerous to inhabit. So Henry, the gym leader of Low Cloud Mine, recruits you guys, and off you went. It was a bit of a romp through a few shafts, and you eventually found a tool bag. The tool bag that was going to let you open the vents. However, through a couple of events, the kind of load-bearing tool bag, as it were, prompts all of you to fall through the unstable mine floor. You end up in some of the lower caverns and have to fight your way back up through some slugma, and there's like a sand shrew. And the general idea is that there's a lot of these Pokemon that would normally sort of be pretty chill with you, and they were not, because of this weird powder that kind of fills the air, this smoke, this rage smoke, if you will. Right before you guys kind of got back to civilization and left the mine, you encountered a strange scientist man, who I'll show the handout of real quick while I am talking about it. So this individual, mysterious scientist, he appeared to have been collecting some samples. You're not quite sure. You try to roll some checks, and basically every single dice roll turned up L. There wasn't really a lot of successful things happening. You kind of got weird vibes from him, but nothing concrete. His Onyx, which you presume to have been the entity that was making all of the new tunnels that you guys were following, appeared to have been psychologically traumatized. It wasn't a particularly happy Onyx. In fact, if he hadn't recalled it in time, it might have taken off Elaine's hand. But yeah, after that, you guys open a vent. You realize that the radio interference you were getting, you're trying to contact Henry. That was maybe because all these walkie-talkies down here were all had their talk buttons depressed, which means they were basically kind of filling up the bandwidth of the walkie-talkie channels. Only one walkie-talkie can be talking at once, it would seem. So the adventure essentially over. You got your tools, and you bring them back up, open a couple events, and meet back up with Henry. So, I think we're back up to present day. Does anybody have anything else to add?
Just for the sake of clarification, I know it says Henry in Discord, but I'm not the Henry gym leader. That's why it says that in my my thing.
Mostly for David's benefit, I suppose.
Yeah, well, just in case there's confusion.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, with that, we're gonna kind of switch gears and move into present day. So we've kind of talked about this before, but due to the nature of our sessions and how they are kind of spaced out, we're trying to do most of the things that can be done in downtime in downtime, sort of off screen. So I did inform you guys that you guys are going to have a bit of a break here. Like, nothing's coming after you. You're not in a battle zone. And yeah, you're basically special guests of the mining township. After the events of Low Cloud Mine, and when everybody realized what you did for the miners there, everybody is treating you really well. You frequently eat kind of over the next couple of days, let's say, of your recovery with Henry and his family. You get to meet Henry Jr. and his other 2 children. Rita is sort of like your surrogate mother for a couple of days. And in general, you guys are kind of just chilling out in Low Cloud. There's not a whole lot to do here, unfortunately. It's a very, very small area. It's not technically a town on the map for this reason. There's not really a whole lot here. It's barely a rest stop. But yeah, I'll go ahead and switch music here. And you guys can just, I'll go around the proverbial table and you guys can summarize what you would be doing kind of in the couple of days where the miners are recovering some. Sure, give me a Azalea Town. Perfect. All right. So moving on to, we'll start with Elaine, shall we?
No.
Yeah. Left
No.
to left to right, top to bottom.
Hang on. No, please. Actually, I need make me laugh.
Actually, I could use Elaine's help. So if we want to wait for her till after me, then
Okay.
I might be able to sort of get her to help me. And I don't
Sure.
know if you don't have a plan or if you're still.
Do you want to go next, Isaac?
The reason why I'm hesitant is because my character is just so involved with downtime stuff. So it's like I'm
So
gonna need
true.
resources. I need money. Boy, I need money. And then
Yeah.
am I
How
gonna
much,
get money?
How much downtime are we talking about? Are we talking about like 2 weeks?
3 days?
Or
2
How
days.
long?
2 days.
2 days.
I was about to
Okay.
say better not be no 2 weeks because we got a festival to go to.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, we got a lot
Yeah.
of things we got to do in the next 2 weeks.
Yep. So you're waiting 2 days, partly because you guys were several of you were injured. Pokemon were kind of injured, and they have a Pokemon Center, of course. But human injuries are a little bit harder to treat, and also you're here for the gym, and most of the gym personnel were injured in the accident. So at least some of them need to become active again before you can do that.
I mean, I can go next. I don't have much, but
Cool.
I want to jump the gun.
Please do so.
Sweet. I do have one injury, so I guess first on the docket is to go get healed. I don't know how.
Mhm. Yeah, that
was somewhat
yep.
involved.
That's happening automatically. What else
Okay.
would you think your character would be doing?
I want to enlist the help of somebody to help me either to find apricorns or
This is a mine, son. Where we gonna find trees?
yeah, true. No,
Oh,
I forgot I don't even have my tool belt yet. So I guess I'm just gonna be trying to. Just
Ooh, that could be
scrounge up-
something that he could do, Austin.
Yeah, I could be the dedicated money man. Like
He needs
for
to go
this
get himself a
downtime.
tool belt so that he can make
Yeah.
Pokeballs, so he can snipe people from across the field.
Here it is. I'm gonna go find Henry and
Mhm.
ask him if there's any like work on the calipers or anything tech related that I can try and use my tech expertise to help them fix or spruce up in exchange for money or tools
Yeah.
or something like that.
Totally, man.
Money.
Good call, Christine.
I'll go ahead and have you roll me a technology education check.
Sweet.
Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. I don't know what to do with myself.
Eat food.
Why am I hungry? I'm
Eat food.
trying. I'm digging through the fridge right now. I don't know if you can hear me or not.
Just a little bit.
I'm dying.
Awesome. Yeah, Mako.
I'm
So,
done. Awesome.
so in the adjoining days, you make yourself known to Henry and your particular set of skills. And of course, there is the massive drill that malfunctioned, that needs safe disassembly so they can figure out exactly what went wrong.
Ooh, sounds
And they're
I
underhanded
also
at the
can
moment.
use-
So Henry needs somebody to hold the flashlight, and give him tools
the-
and kind of wash his
You're the
back.
dedicated flashlight holder.
Yeah, yeah.
If I get to keep a flashlight, I'll potentially consider it worth it. Just
Austin,
in
give
case
us
I
free
have to
things.
make other, just in case I have to make other rolls. In case they need a water source, I have Psyduck. In case they need power, I have Tynamo, who evolved.
Oh,
But yeah,
yay!
just trying-
Congratulations! Oh!
Oh, actually, that would be part of the downtime. Would be evolving my starter and teaching it Thunder. Technically, that
Dun,
just
dun,
happens
dun,
automatically. But
Dun,
Okay.
dun.
Tynamo evolves into not Electros. That's the third evolution, right?
So,
Da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da.
electric.
Electric.
Where's
is
the
it
tea?
electric?
Babe, where's the tea? Do you have the tea?
Look at my image of that.
The T is the government is out to get us.
No! I made some tea.
Okay.
The
I
T
want
is
to
the
drink it.
CIA doesn't believe in gravtech, but they patented
So
it.
instead of being the kind of the white, weird guppy looking thing, it is starting to resemble what it will eventually become. It's grown this
Toothy
kind of
worm.
this kind of dark navy rubbery hide on it. And its face now much more vividly resembles a lamprey. This kind of fanged, suctiony thing that if you got on it, you would not be able to get off very easily.
Ugh, ugh.
Man, it's so much uglier than it was before.
Isaac's like, yes, the desired reaction.
A face only a mother could love.
That's right.
Honestly.
Okay. So with your 11, Henry basically tells you he'd be happy to pay you for helping out. Alternatively, he could give you some pointers
Ooh.
instead. So you can take money or you can take a little bit of extra XP.
Mm.
Oh,
Player XP
man.
or Pokemon XP?
Player, I assume.
Yeah.
Up to you. So let me look up the reward chart really quick.
I was
okay.
going to ask how much I can know
Mhm.
about it ahead
Mhm.
of time.
So you'd be getting 310 Pokédollars. Or you could be getting 4 EXP to be assigned to you or your Pokemon.
4 EXP?
Yeah, well, I
Sorry.
level up at 10.
Sorry, specifically for the Pokemon is for the EXP is for the Pokemon. Hold on, the trainer stuff is less. I think it's 2 because it's halved. Yeah, there it is. Alright.
Get a 4
Yeah, we'll
XP
be
for
taking the
Pokemon.
money.
Thanks.
That's so hilarious! I will give you 2 measly XP points per
Here's
day,
a tip,
or
and-
$160.
Oh, you've got
Take
1
your
XP,
pick.
isn't it?
Tip kid straight from Hannibal Barris. Money over everything.
Oh man!
Okay,
Gotta make that paper.
that's 310. Just a little bit of walking around money. Over the course of your downtime, you do go down kind of into the main shaft that the drill was operating in. One of the newer ones. if you keep looking at the mental image of like the crossroads, it's like at like close to like the 2 or 3 o'clock position. Seems like they're mostly working like left to right. And this tunnel goes down quite a ways. And the drill itself is this very large, kind of cumbersome object. And it's actively digging this shaft. And as you and a couple of others, you're kind of helping Henry and some other people, as well as the aid of their Pokemon, manage to take the drill bit out. You realize this thing was actively drilling into some sort of geode-like material. It's this kind of ruby-looking red material. And a couple of the miners speculate that the drill was stuck in the on position, which was part of the issue. And it was actively drilling into this geode and powderizing it. And when that material hit the air, it got, distributed throughout the different shafts until it was saturated. And that appeared to have been the source of this weird gas. Henry informs you that normally they would never, ever drill into something like this. It would have to be carefully excavated, or they would have to go around it. And it'd likely be very valuable, so there's no reason to destroy it. They don't know the cause of the drill being stuck in the on position quite yet, but they know in terms of technical terms that it appears a couple of very important gears that are designed to help retract the bit were shaved down, as though they were like with a file or some kind of industrial equivalent.
So in other words, on purpose.
It's starting to look a bit like sabotage.
By the way, you said 320?
What did I say?
310 should be.
310, thank you.
Elaine was on the mark.
Oh, I can't even afford a toolbox yet.
Aw.
50 more.
Okay. And that's probably about it for Mako.
I'll
I should
close out.
I should remind my players that per day you can do a little bit of downtime training with your Pokemon, as long as nothing else meaningful is occurring. The rules for that are listed somewhere. I'll need to look it up really quick. But that's the thing Caleb keeps wondering about. It's like, when do I get to use my downtime training?
Yes, Caleb. When do you get to use your downtime training?
Real quick, just as the tail end of my downtime. Once I help Henry, I want to just ask around and see what the cheapest I can find a toolbox is. Official price is 500. I just want to see if I can find anyone that I can barter with to get it a little lower. And then I'll just kind of tell the group that I'm at 450 Pokédollars, saving up for a toolbox that would allow me to build Pokeballs, which we can sell the excess of for money. And then beyond that, I'm just around to support other people's downtime.
Sure. Yeah, you're not finding any Pokeball making materials. That's definitely going to be more of a Tenebris Village thing, as well as, of course, the Apricorn Orchard. If not there, then you can buy it in one of the major cities for sure, like Cirrus. Okay. And I'll go ahead and say that if you're helping out, it's not intensive enough to forfeit your downtime Pokemon training. So you can be doing both. We'll worry about that in a minute. We'll need to look up those rules.
Okay.
Nicholas, if you'd like to hop on that, that'd be very helpful.
I just posted
comments
the daily experience training rules and easy rules.
Thank you very much.
Mhm.
Need to
It's kind of small. Do you know what page that was?
enlarge.
It is on page 202 of the PTU 105 core book.
Thank you.
Well done.
I'll blow up both of these. Make them real chunky.
What'd you want Nick to do again?
Look this up. The same thing that Caleb just posted.
Yeah.
My job here is done
It is.
by someone else.
And then the other one. Okay, so we're gonna move on. And we'll go to Vigo next, shall we? What do you think you're doing in your downtime?
Fossil.
Fossil.
Fossils.
Also,
Into the mines. I yearn for the mines.
Okay. You can do so. However, you are told by some of the miners that most of the shafts you would be exploring are stripped clean. However, they kind of subtly hint that the gym challenge might have some of that undiscovered stuff for you to check out.
Yeah, well, you see, this is why I go to that one tunnel that we saw before that seemed new.
Okay. You are you just going in there by yourself?
Probably. Well, yeah, no, he probably wouldn't tell anybody necessarily that he's doing this unless they're, like, on the way. So, he probably just do this himself.
Turns to Amber. Where's Vigo?
One of the actively recovering, more recently recovered miners, I should say, does stop you and informs you that it's quite dangerous to go into the mine still. Many of the Pokemon are still acting up.
Roadblock.
They don't stop you, but they do inform you that maybe you should wait on your friends, or maybe even wait for the gym challenge.
If they don't stop me...
Oh man.
Oh no.
It's time for a character flaw to show itself. He goes
No.
going regardless.
Okay. All right.
And we'll be back next week. Vigo,
Nice.
enjoy your one shot. Have a good night, guys.
Cool. All right, sure. You're gonna go ahead and roll me. It's gonna be a skill challenge. You're gonna roll me an athletics. As you go down several of these tunnels, and you note that while not absolutely vicious yet, you do see a trio of Diglets, not Doug Trio, and they appear to be quite territorial still, and they do end up chasing you. Whether you fight or run, that athletics is for that. With a 12 in your athletics, you are able to mostly escape them, though they do attempt to kind of soften the ground around you and get you in an arena trap, but you manage to kind of dig your way out after a bit. Second one, as you run from the trio of Diglets, there we go. You seem to have lost your bearings somewhat. You're not quite sure if you ran back up the tunnel or down the tunnel that you intended to go down, and you're gonna roll me a survival check.
It's all 12s.
It's all 12s. Success. You manage to kind of orient yourself in the way that you intended to go, and go further down the kind of newly scraped Onyx tunnel that you're now aware of. This Onyx tunnel appears to be kind of taking a bit of a circuitous route, but then you begin to realize that this is ultimately the same tunnel you and your companions ended up walking down at one point. You're just earlier on in the tunnel. This tunnel's particular start, however, appears to have originated from somewhere else. And that's not the crossroads. It appears like it dug into the crossroads at one point and then turned around. You eventually come to that T, where you would presume that kind of going southwest, as your mental compass would indicate, would take you back towards where your companions went. The other side would be northeast, further under the mountain.
Further under the mountain. I would imagine that going under the mountain wouldn't necessarily be more likely to have more fossils. I don't know. Is there a check I can make here or something? Do I know which direction would be more likely to produce something like this? Or produce what I'm looking for, rather.
Under the mountain, it's more real estate, presuming like this keeps going for a while, because you know the tunnel to your southwest and where it eventually ends up. And there's maybe
It's just a magma.
maybe
thing, so-
maybe 3/4 of a mile eventually, in total, of that tunnel, which is a decent
I
amount
guess
to
we'll go
explore.
the other way, then.
Okay, you're going northeast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't find anything last time. So.
All right. As you venture northeast, you're going to go ahead and decide for how many hours you're walking that way. You're going to be selecting 1 through 3.
How long have I been going so far?
You'd be gone about an hour in total. You kind of know your bearings already.
Okay. So presumably, however far down I'm going, I'm going to have to spend the same amount of time coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Commit to 2 hours.
All right, you venture down. Your calves begin to ache a bit after about an hour. It is a decline, so you're going downhill, so it's not too bad. You begin to note that the air starts to smell a lot less like sulfur and any kind of igneous material, and the kind of rock around you begins to change.
Okay.
Into the second hour, you detect something that like something shifts in your nose, and you feel a bit of air running through. And I want you to go ahead and roll me a perception check, and that's going to be your third skill in your skill challenge here.
Oh boy, time for a 2. Okay.
6. You determine that something is moving air down here, but what it is, you're not quite sure. As
Air
it is
moving. That's probably
as your rinky-dinky headlamp that they have let you keep thus far is flickering a little bit. You come to what you can only perceive to distantly be a very large cavern. In the distance, you hear the roaring of what must be a waterfall, which is causing the air to move.
waterfall.
You stumble around a bit, but your illumination doesn't let you have a great idea of the size of the cavern, and your perception check wasn't great. You walk around for a bit, and I want you to go ahead and roll me a d20.
Whoa! 6.
Okay. 1 second. After a few minutes of walking around this kind of cavern, hopefully trying to kind of keep the tunnel that you came from in the back of your mind the entire time, your survival check to being quite decent still, you realize the scope of this is quite beyond what you feel comfortable pursuing. So you limit yourself to a small helping of some strange, smooth gray mineral towards the mouth of the tunnel. With your pickaxe, you managed to dig out a small round chunk of it and add it to your backpack. You found an Everstone.
Oh, nice.
And that will basically do it for your journey. You head back the extra 2 hours, leaving a slightly ominous feeling behind you, as though you were being watched.
Okay. Well, with this new information, I of course bring this up to everyone else and say that we all need to go there tomorrow.
You were in the mines by yourself.
Yeah,
Vigo!
look at this! I found this thing, and he holds up the Everstone.
Sure, let's
There's a
say
big cave.
yeah, sure. Let's say this is like dinner on the first day, and you present it, and Henry's like, "Oh boy, you should not have done that." But what do you got there? He pulls up what appears to be a small magnification lens. Looks like you got an Everstone. Pretty rare.
I don't know what this does.
What'd you say this cavern looked like?
It was a big. It had a waterfall. It was in a tunnel. We found it when we were going in the mine the first time.
Oh, right. One of the Onyx tunnels, right? He immediately seems to be a little bit more on guard. And you took a right? He thinks for a few seconds. Vigo, I think you broke into the southern reaches of Victory Road. You probably shouldn't go back there again.
Well, now I
Vigo!
want to.
Vigo, don't!
But Victory Road's where all the cool stuff is.
We'll get there later. Stop trying to kill yourself.
I'm gonna have to get me and a couple
It
of
would be
boys up
such
there
a
to
shortcut.
seal that off. He kind of thinks for a few seconds. Again, kind of considering the implications that might be going over the children's heads at this point.
Mostly Vigo, who lays over here trying to be the mom.
One thing you should know is that mountain. Well, he kind of points out the window back. Let's say, yeah, you guys are kind of facing south, and he points up towards the mountain here. That's Mount Draft, sister mountain to Mount Silver, far to the southeast. You know, the one close to the Indigo Plateau. Well, it's a sister mountain in more than just shape and name. Terrifyingly powerful Pokemon lurk around that mountain and below it. You're not up to snuff, and frankly, I'm not either. You best steer clear. He puts a firm hand on your shoulder as if to try and instill some sense of gravity to you.
Vigo looked very disappointed by the fact that he cannot go back into the cool cave.
Oh, Vigo, you dodged a bullet, my buddy.
No, I want to fight the level 70 Pokemon. Let me.
Please wait.
All right,
Bro's gonna get cooked.
so that was Vigo's
He really is.
downtime.
Good thing we have David.
Well, that was one day, yeah.
That was the collection of your downtime, and then you're training your Pokemon and kind of hanging out.
okay.
Yep.
Did I
Okay,
get
and then we're
training XP for the other day.
yeah, you're still getting training XP for both days.
Okay.
And then we're going over to Amber.
By the way, your training XP, just take your
I was just about
Pokemon.
to ask.
Okay, so your command rank, okay, whatever that is,
Mhm.
that is the number of your Pokemon that are gonna gain XP per day, and obviously you get 2 days worth of this. Okay, so
Okay.
choose among yourselves which Pokemon you will train.
How much
Okay.
XP? I've stopped listening. I was reading.
I'm getting there. So you've got that many Pokemon, whatever your command rank is, that's how many you can train per day. You get 2 days worth of this. You can divvy it up however you like. Okay. The amount of XP each Pokemon gets is determined to half of that Pokemon's level plus your command rank in XP.
No,
So
no,
for
there's a
instance,
specific bonus per rank. So, like for example, my command rank is 3, but the bonus each Pokemon gets is 5, not 3.
oh, you're so right.
Why
That's
is it
why
fun?
I was doing that. I did all my calcs wrong.
Fair.
Okay.
My question was,
No worries.
was it just once per day or whatever? So that was
It is once per day.
all right. Sweet. I might do one of the other trainings if possible.
All right, so
Instead.
I miscalculated by 10 each day. Got it. Or I'm chilling because that's easy to do. Sorry, I wasn't looking at it.
No worries. And you're
I'm glad you pointed that
so
out.
Amber.
Are there different kinds of trainings, or is it just overall general spending time with
You that is the experience training that you get every day. So we need to be actually counting our in-world days and doing that. But then there is normal training that essentially is like, hey, you spend an hour of time and you can apply you can do like Poke Edges with tutor points, or sometimes you like do agility training or something if you're like an ace trainer, or
If you have a
do
feature that
whatever.
is like, you have a feature that's orders or training, those take half an hour to instill out of combat, but they last until your next extended rest.
Since this
So like
is
I could
more book work, I don't think we retcon, especially since it was XP that Austin gave to us. Maybe going into the future, we could start doing this, but that's totally up to Austin since he gave us the XP. I don't know how he wants to do that.
How do you mean?
So he was basically saying like we need to count our in-game days
Okay,
so
so
that we can
yeah.
count
So
XP.
so I had decided a while back that this kind of training was only going to be available when it was relatively chill, not when you were actively traveling through the wilderness. Any days you spend in cities, perfectly fine.
Gotcha.
But even
So
still,
in other
you
words,
should
this is
you will be.
just downtime.
I've been essentially assigning extra XP to you in the wilderness because there's that extra kind of dangerous edge to it. So you're going to be getting more XP by traveling than you would be sitting in a town at it, anyways.
All right. So basically, when you have downtime, you can get experience training.
Yep, chilling in low cloud right now.
I guess in terms of downtime, there is no better option. I'll probably do the orders thing right before we challenge the gym, but that only takes like half an hour.
Sure. Okay, so in Amber, so you're training still, and I would, if you want to just go really ham on the training, I'll give you one more instance of training, if you want. Otherwise, you could do something else with your downtime that could potentially produce money or some other resource for you.
I would love money, but I don't know how to get it because I am 8 years old. So the only way I would know how to get money is through chores, but actually I wouldn't even have experience doing chores given my heritage.
You might. You lived at an orphanage, and you probably had to do some stuff.
Oh, they made me do chores at the
For the-
orphanage?
Yeah,
Of course.
they probably make you do
That's kinda
more.
nice.
They probably make you do more chores at the orphanage than you would at home.
Bro,
You think they let you live there for
put me in
free?
somebody's
No,
house.
they
I'm
have to
finna
pay for
fold
so many
laundry, man.
things.
Sure.
Can I also, by the way, see how much my small XP candy sells for? Just thought of it. Sorry to interrupt.
Sure. I think it just sells for 100.
Sweet.
So I have a lot of things I could sell. Is there a good place I can sell stuff here?
There's a place you can sell stuff, just like people who might necessarily need the thing you want, but it's all barter. It's not like a shop, so you wouldn't be able to buy anything. Really.
Okay. Yeah. I would assume there wouldn't be any fossils for sale here. Yeah.
Presumably not. However, you could have asked around as part of your downtime and kind of looked in the town to see if anybody's dug up any fossils.
That could be what the second day is for. you
No, if you want to do that, you got to stay more time in low cloud. That was your downtime activity. You already did. You,
how
search
did
the
I
mines.
split a single mine trip over 2 days? What was I doing with the rest of the time?
Recovering mentally, of course.
Nah, Vigo doesn't recover mentally. He's never injured mentally.
Okay, Amber, what else are you doing?
I would like to make money, and then also I would like to ask a question about the gym challenge to our chaperone, who apparently was having dinner with us.
Henry?
Yes.
Yeah. Sure. Well, what kind of skills are you attempting to utilize here? What kind of
Man,
what kind of
you know
odd
what?
jobs are you going for?
I know managers make a lot of money, and I am great at commanding things.
Okay.
And so I would love to be a manager for a day.
Sure. Roll a command check. I'll see if I can't think of something funny for you to do here. Aha. Okay.
21.
So Amber, you're playing in low cloud crater, as little girls tend to do.
Yes.
And as you watch, you see many of the recovering miners begin to start loading materials out of the mine, and most of that appears to be debris that has fallen, and they're trying to kind of clear the shafts again. And Amber, you kind of you don't exactly approach them. You're just kind of playing very close by, and you make an idle remark about, why don't you do X, Y, Z, and then pull the cart together this way? And it's sort of like this weird little observation you make, and then the miners are like, that's probably right. Thanks, little girl. They kind of look at each other, look at you. You might have a future in industrial engineering or something. Hey, do you want to?
Nothing.
Do you want to see what the other teams are doing? As they kind of escort you through the mine, show you about 3 or 4 teams of miners, and each each time you like find little optimizations and tell them exactly where they should be putting their feet in like a very like no nonsense brutal way that they seem to appreciate being minors.
Yeah, I have absolutely no regard for being nice about this. I have no sense of social niceties.
Yeah. At the end of the day, a man approaches you who claims to be the foreman and says, "Ah, you're the kid who's been doing my job all day. Here, only fair. I got a bonus from Stone Corporation for all you did." So yeah, he hands you 1,000 Pokédollars.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm rich again.
You rolled a 21, man.
That's awesome. What a day.
What a day.
What a day.
Okay, that'll be
fantastic.
That'll be it for Amber, and then we're going back over to Elaine.
Okay. I think I'm ready.
Okay, what are you trying to do?
I had to write it out because my brain's frying.
Did we leave a place with leftovers?
I posted it in easy rules.
Okay. Let me look.
Scrap.
Okay. Crafting edges. Yep. Taking a more leftover ingredients. Okay, so not leftover the item, like food scraps.
Correct.
Got it. Okay.
I would have capitalized. I would have made that a proper noun.
Got it. Add to tier. Okay. So, are you supposed to just be receiving passively these food scraps, or is this like a specific activity that you can pursue?
Well, scrap is a mechanic that allows crafting edges to make better use out of the things around us. So it could be passive.
So
like if I'm at a restaurant in Sierra City,
okay, so
take home leftovers.
Okay, so this is more like a crafting currency that you can find as part of like a reward for like exploring and stuff.
Sure.
I see. Okay. Sure. You want to look for food scraps?
That doesn't answer my question, Austin.
What's your question?
So you mentioned that while we were here, we were going places to eat. I assume, because we're human. We have fallible bodies that need to be fed.
Sure.
So I'm assuming with those places, Elaine would gather the leftovers.
I wouldn't
do something with
I wouldn't assume that. It'd be kind of weird if I went to your house and then, like, half my plate I like scooped off and put it in my hoodie and then walked out with it. Not
in someone else's house.
That's what you are.
Imagine...
You're in people's houses this entire time. You're staying with Henry.
Oh.
Yeah. You can do a specific downtime to get food scraps though. I'm totally cool with that.
I don't want to dig through the dumpsters because that's gross.
No, you wouldn't be doing that.
Okay. So where would I be looking for food scraps then?
It depends on how well you roll.
You could help people cook and take the bits that they don't use.
Yeah,
that was the other thing I was going to aim for. If it was like if we were going out to restaurants in our free time, I was going to say, can I collect those scraps from the restaurants? But if we're staying at Henry's house and Henry's family's feeding us, probably what she would do instead is look for work at like a local cookery, wherever that is, and help cook there. And I guess not just look for food scraps, like she's looking to be paid, but she would also want to collect food scraps for like future use. So whatever people are about to throw out, she's like, wait, I can do something with that. Don't throw it away. Can I take it home? Or can I take it to Henry's place?
Okay. I'm gonna have you roll a charm check. Because you're working kind of a social thing where you're like serving people food or trying to ask people if like you can help out in the kitchen and kind of perform that service. Okay. Yeah, you work at essentially a soup kitchen down in the Craner for the miners at the end of the day. And you do fine. You perform essentially your function. Your job is to kind of ladle stuff out, do a little bit of seasoning, and then let the big black guy behind you handle the huge pots full of industrial soup to serve. I'll go ahead and give you. Let's see here. Let me look at that chart again. Cool. I'll go ahead and give you, because you would be getting very little money from this because you're specifically pursuing food scraps. I'm going to give you more value because it's a specific thing. I'm going to go ahead and give you $150 worth of food scrap.
I'm just being real, Austin. That's not a lot of money for chef.
I'm aware.
Chef
Sorry.
is very expensive.
I mean, that's effectively saying you found 3 meals worth of scrounging. That sounds about right.
Many potato peels.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Potato peels, carrot skins. We can make a delicious soup.
The miner cook gives you basically all they have at the end of the day, and the miners eat a lot. So, all right. And then I'm assuming you're training like everybody else.
No, there was a number 2 on there.
Okay. So I should have clarified, and you can take this back if you want, but you're doing 1 downtime activity and then training if you want to.
What about in the second day?
1 downtime activity and then you're training.
What in the world? So in 2 days, I only found 3 meal scraps.
Guys, this is the same thing that's happened to everybody. I think like he's just trying to be fair and expedite this process.
Because I don't know.
Would you like to put Pokemon to rest, or would you like to get meal scraps?
I would prefer meal scraps.
Okay, you get $150 worth of meal scraps. All right, I think that's through everybody now. Are there any narrative events that you guys think are significant enough to mention, like Isaac's starter evolving?
Someone mentioned last time that we were supposed to be. Who was it I was supposed to help? I was supposed to train someone. I forget.
A Cubone.
Oh yeah, I was training the Cubone.
Yeah, we have rescued the Cubone from the mine. That was the thing that happened.
That's right. Forgot about the Cubone.
And we have to put it through therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Because it had a really bad nature.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a thing that happens. I don't know if we want to do any roleplay with that.
Sure. What nature is it, and what nature are you changing it to?
It was plus special attack minus special defense. Let me see what nature that was. It was rash, and now it's quirky.
Okay. Sure. So the Cubone, the therapy you subject it to, really does nothing for the fact that Cubones are like terminally depressed creatures, just crying all the time. During the therapy sessions, you realize this Cubone is like kind of like blatantly and annoyingly kind of clinging to the Stratini skull, which somehow it clung to when it was zapped by the Pokeball and has kept in its Pokeball with it this entire time, and is now just kind of caressing under its stubby little arms and crying profusely. As at first you believe this might be a behavior that should be avoided, after a bit you begin to kind of comfort the Cubone and talk about who was this Stratini to you? Was the Stratini your friend? And you kind of enforce some kind of quirky psychosis in this Cubone, as the Cubone seems to be describing something to you that you can't quite understand. He kind of he sails his little stubby arms through the air as though to show a Dratini worming. Oh, bone, Cubone.
11.
He holds up his hands as though he were a field goal post. Yeah.
Okay.
You get the impression that this Cubone fell a great distance, maybe from higher up on Mount Draft. and this Dratini found the Cubone and helped it out. You don't get any kind of idea of like what kind of community the Dratini came from, or if the Dratini was lost too. But this was kind of this unlikely relationship, and from what you understand, at some point the Cubone and the Dratini fell down a hole or went exploring in a cave, and eventually ended up in Low Cloud. They've been a long ways.
How the Dratini died. How?
The Dratini got hit by a rock or something.
Oh yeah, the Dratini definitely got crushed by falling debris.
Mm. Well, you see, the perfect solution to being sad is working out, of course. So rigorous training for the rest of over the next 2 days.
Yeah. So the Cubone might
alongside Pudge the Pidgey and Ridgebacks,
of course.
As, yeah, we all have to get into our regular training routine.
Of course. So the Cubone, she's still crying, but she sleeps well that night because of the training. She goes right to sleep, just some quiet sobbing and caressing of the Dratini skull as you put her back on her Pokeball. All right. Anything else anybody can think of before we go to the gym challenge?
That wasn't supposed to be the training though.
You changed its nature.
Oh.
Yep. That therapy session is what I was
also
describing.
had
That's
two
a
tutor
point.
points that I was hoping to spend.
Okay.
Okay.
That I sent a message about. It was I want to enhance movement capabilities on my Beedrill and my Sandshrew.
Whoa. Nice. Okay.
That's gonna be fun.
So it's just spending a tutor point to increase a single like movement capability by 2. So I'm increasing the Sandshrew's Overland by 2. And then I'm increasing the Beedrill's Sky by 2.
Oh, mercy. That Beedrill's gonna be
Nice.
crazy
What are they
fast.
up to now? Yeah.
So the Beedrill is up to 10 on
Mhm.
Sky. And then so Stinger's up to 10, and then Cuddles is up to 7 on Overland.
Very nice. So perhaps that playing session you had in Low Cloud Mine Crater was actually you having your Sandshrew and your Beedrill race each other to that distant igneous rock you can see at the edge of the crater. The Sandshrew loses every time, but that doesn't keep it from getting a little bit frustrated and attempting to hit the Beedrill with a rollout at one point. With which you had to kind of curb, and it's all, no, we don't do that to friendly Pokemon. The Sandshrews like, shrew, looks down, pouty. It always loses. But hey, the competition between the Beedrill and the Sandshrew have done wonders for their collective speed.
Fantastic. And then the other thing I was going to ask is if I can spend some of the money that I earned.
Not really. Very primitive things might be available here in Low Cloud, but this isn't really a shopping town. That's why it's not
The only
red.
thing I was going to buy was Pokeballs and then enriched water.
Okay. I would let you buy Pokeballs and enriched water. That's simple enough, I think.
All right. Cool. Thank you.
Just reminding you that refreshment items can only be used outside of combat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. All right. If there's nothing else, the dawn of the third day. Cue Majora's Mask soundbite.
How much is enriched water, Caleb, since you looked it up?
It is 75 Pokedollars, I believe.
I can make it for $40.
Well, I would love that.
Okay. I will make you 2 if you give me 80 Pokedollars. Or spend 80. I can give you 2.
Absolutely.
Alright, you go ahead and you dump that 80 Pokedollars and you get 2 enriched waters.
At
'cause
some
Elaine's
point,
your chef.
you drop by Elaine's soup kitchen and tell her you want some water for the road, and she says, "Enriched water, huh?" And you go over and find some nice like salts and minerals kind of lining the side of the crater. You have Vigo pick it out with his pickaxe, and you start grating it up and putting it in the water.
It really is just putting mining debris in the water, huh?
You give it a sip, and it tastes even better than normal mineral water. Enriched water, that is to
Yeah,
say.
that's fantastic.
Au natural.
I'm gonna start
Yeah,
having
Pokemon
Elaine
level
stickers
20
so that she can sticker everything with like the Elaine thumbs up.
Nice
She made this. Elaine approved.
little sticker.
Uh,
At this point,
I
I imagine
think
it.
that's
I imagine in your
perfect
branding
for that.
process, the stickers are hand drawn and like cutouts.
What's really great is her what is it? That's like the acrobatics. Like she's terrible in acrobatics, so she has very sloppy handwriting. So she has like warbly looking characters, like the lines are not straight. She can't make a straight
Nice.
bubble to save her life.
Very nice. Yeah.
So you just see
It's
like this
just this-
grotesquely warped version of Elaine's face with like maybe a thumbs up. You're not sure.
Nice. All right. So I think that's about it. We're gonna go ahead and move on. So to summarize a couple of narrative events, you guys, at some point probably during the first day, you guys talk to Henry about everything that happened and really kind of get the debriefing happening. Henry doesn't say a whole lot, but he applauds all of your abilities in going into the mine and, most importantly, getting out of the mine. He says he had second thoughts when he left you at the mine entrance, and you guys shown that you have the metal needed to be Pokemon trainers. That's one of the reasons he says to Vigo that I instructed the rest of his crew not to stop you if you wanted to explore the mine. But I'm glad you told me what all happened, because we really need to clear out that tunnel, seal it up so nothing crazy gets in from Victory Road. He essentially says that the individual, in as many vague terms, that you guys discovered there is not a member of the mining crew, and he's not anyone that anyone in the township identifies, which means that he was probably up to no good. And it begins to dawn on you that he's probably also, or at least had a hand in sabotaging the drill bit.
I mean, he said criminy, so obviously he's a criminal.
Henry expresses that he's happy you guys didn't do battle with him or try to stop him. The best thing to do with that kind of person is to just leave, which you guys did well. He's a little concerned about what that individual was up to, but that's for the League to take care of. He informs you guys that the next few days, maybe not while you're still in Low Cloud, but at some point the League will probably approach you and ask you a few questions. Henry is basically kind of wraps that whole chapter up by telling you guys good job, and he hasn't forgotten the reward he promised you. But it could be a few days. He kind of scratches his head. The Stone Corporation's pretty busy right now. Well, with all this, it's gonna take a few days at least to figure out some kind of reward for our heroes. He pats Amber on the back a couple of times, but don't worry, I won't forget. And I sent him your trainer cards information, so next time you're in a big populous city, check it out. Stone might have some opportunities for you.
Oh, thanks.
Don't mention it. So, he has Henry Jr. on his shoulders at this point. You guys have retired from the meal. You guys have any questions about this gym challenge coming up?
Yeah, so what do you want us to even do?
All right, well, you read that pamphlet I sent you, right? Pretty simple.
Totally. It was just like a month ago when we had our last session.
Basically, you've been going down an old tunnel we discovered. We dug it out, realized it wasn't particularly rich in what we needed, so we cordoned it off, and about that time we got the offer from the League. So, this particular shaft is relegated, mostly untamed, but regulated to a degree that it's not imminently dangerous to trainers. Anyways, you'll be going down there, taking a bit of a hike. Exactly what you think, what happened before. More of the same. In fact, if it were up to me, I would probably just say, screw it, and give you the badge already, but the League doesn't like that kind of behavior.
Dirty word.
Oh, sorry. He kind of smirks at Henry Jr. and Henry Jr. kind of does it like a little toothy smile, but he has no idea what's happening. Not a thought in his little head.
Mako makes a show of rolling his eyes at Elaine.
Aw.
Anyways, you'll be going down there and getting a meteorite for us. That is what Low Cloud Mine is all about, after all. Our primary export. We get lots of other things and granules, but primarily this was a meteorite crater beforehand. Not quite as big as Gale Force, and probably not the same cause, but that is what we're here for. He pulls out a scrap of paper and shows it to you, and it appears to be a very small, like little 3-page leaflet of examples of Archean meteoric ore. And I'll go ahead and post that terminology to the Roll20 chat for you. This kind of ore is super important to the Pokemon world. And we're one of maybe 3 or 4 places right now excavating it. We make all kinds of things with it. Evolution stones, shards, even technical machines. And most of the held items you can think of have a little bit of this stuff in it. It's what makes it tick, you know? Otherwise, what would be the point of giving a fire Pokemon a piece of charcoal if it's just a piece of charcoal?
That actually makes a lot more sense. A lot of times, Mako tries to explain things, and it just goes way over my head. But I was actually listening that time, and that was very helpful.
Anyways, who knows how old this stuff is? I'm not a historian. I don't want to conjure a guess, but let's say a few thousand years old, at least. All right, well, you see Henry Jr. like has inexplicably collapsed on his shoulder at this point. This one's getting a little tired, so I'm gonna put all of them to bed and see y'all bright and early tomorrow morning. Sound good?
I assume, DM, you gave us like a handout of format and what to expect in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
The official stuff. Okay.
Yep, the Henry handout.
Gotcha.
Which I will show for the spectator.
Genius.
Before we get into the combat, please somebody help me with this math. I can't math right now.
If you give me your command rank, I can just straight up
It's
like
3.
calculate 3. Okay. Yeah, same as me. Hold on, let me grab your mons.
I have
Oops.
4 mons.
Oh.
Why is Henry on my page?
Henry jump scare.
I'm showing you Henry. I'm here.
Oh,
I'm here.
hi, Henry.
So
This is
which
what we said in
Pokemon
the
do you
movie.
not want to get XP, Christine?
That's a great question because they're all level 10. I don't know what to do.
So much more evenly
You-
leveled than my Pokemon.
We could do 2 Pokemon get both days worth, and then the other 2 each get 1 day's worth. I think the math's on that.
I'm just gonna
Or
dump
I
it
can
into
just-
Zoe.
Yes. Yeah,
So-
that works.
Just to dump it all into Zoe.
All right. Well, I mean, you get to choose 3 Pokemon. The amount of XP, bang for your buck. Just
Zoe,
you
Jolly,
basically
and
are-
Ruby.
Sweet. Okay. I shall calc it for you. Wait, actually, if your rank is 3, it's just 10. So 20 over the 2 days. So it's just 20 XP.
Just 20 XP.
Yeah,
and I
if they're all level
spread that
10.
to the 3.
Each
them
each
gets
of those 3 get 20. Yep.
What?
Trust the consensus of me and Jeremiah.
Assuming they're level 10. It's half of level plus 5
Plus
because of your
bonus.
commander rank.
Yeah, they're all
Per-
10. Every single one of my
Okay.
Pokemon's 10 right now.
So that's 10 for each one that you're training per day, and since you're training them for 2 days, it's 20.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I really want Ruby to hit level 20.
And by the way,
Okay.
Austin, will we have time once we like get out of bed to what's the word? Like apply orders?
Sure. Yeah, you'll definitely have time. Gym challenges
Okay.
start at a specific time, so you will absolutely be able to plan around it.
Gotcha. We'll just need I'll need about an hour before the gym then.
Yeah, you will have as much time as you think you need, as long as it's not a day worth of time.
Okay, gotcha.
Thank you.
Proactive, aggressive style. I think as long as we know if it's a single battle, if there's any field effects, those are Mako's only questions for Henry before he turns in.
That'll probably be gym battle stuff as opposed to the gym challenge, which is
Yeah, that's what I was trying to find.
Yeah, gotcha.
These are different styles of encounters. So I'll go and say there are some battle maps for the gym challenge, but they could very well be optional. This is about narrative play and kind of story-driven decisions and skill checks and skill challenges and that sorts of thing.
Cool.
All right.
Go team.
So, the next morning comes. You all have kind of been stuck up in a bunkhouse. That's pretty nice. You get the impression that this structure, it's very different than the rest of the township. You get the impression this structure was specifically made by the League, probably in the last several months, just to make sure trainers have somewhere to stay in Low Cloud Township while they're here. Otherwise, you probably be sleeping with Henry Jr. or something. So the building itself is kind of sterile, and then obviously the township has filled it with furniture. The bunks are very kind of rustic, has lots of throws and kind of hand quilted articles on it. It's a kind of interesting conflict of being in a Pokemon Center vibe and being in somebody's country manor vibe. And, somebody has a stuffed Pokemon head up on one of the walls. Someone appears to be a game hunter of sorts. We'll say that's a Tauros head. All right. So you guys are going to go ahead and perform your morning rituals. You find yourself at a small kind of diner that you guys have been going to called Miss Ruby's. And you guys eat here for free because you're basically town heroes at this point. And good kids like you eat free at Miss Ruby's, says Miss Ruby. So you guys go there, order meals, eggs, bacon, whatever you think your characters might be eating. And
3-pound bacon.
yeah, just a plate full of bacon.
Mako's probably sworn off eggs at this point since his duck is his favorite.
If
Yeah.
given the opportunity,
Yeah,
Psyduck will eat as much meat as
Maybe Psyduck eats eggs.
Psyduck looks over your shoulder at the eggs on somebody's plate. Eyes are wide. He doesn't fully understand the gravity of what is taking place in front of him.
Here, Psyduck, focus on this ramen instead.
It's stuck in his throat. He doesn't have the digestive properties to deal with ramen.
Oh no.
This is why you don't feed Pokemon human food.
You know what, Santa? Here's my nori. Just eat that. Be fine.
As Vigo comes over and starts performing the Heimlich maneuver.
You see, the Psyduck is my responsibility too, since I saved it from the rock.
Coughs and squeaks emerge.
We're like creating a massive scene in this diner where they've like graciously given us the opportunity to eat for free.
Okay.
Yes,
We're
good
just,
little
like,
kids that
scaring
we
off
are,
all
Miss
the
Ruby
customers.
says.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Sweet children feeding our Pokemon human food.
Merely little lambs.
This is probably a daily occurrence, let's be honest.
Okay. As you sit there, you see 3 individuals enter the diner. Children, you think, but a bit older than yourself, maybe early teens, 14, 13, maybe. 2 girls and a boy. Brief physical descriptions. There is one girl who has a pair of jeans on, kind of this cool leather jacket and a baseball cap on, looking very kind of sporty. Definitely kind of a city girl looking vibe. The guy is very nerdy, got glasses, hair black, parted down the middle, has a collared shirt and a belt line that rides up a little too high and shorts that are a little bit too short.
Please tell me he has a pocket protector.
He probably does.
Okay.
He does.
Possible to tell.
He has a 2-strap backpack. That he kind of clings to the straps with his hands. Kind of adjusts his glasses. The light glints off them as he kind of glances around, seemingly a little bit uncomfortable or nervous. And then the third girl is a redhead. She appears to be the eldest of the 3. She has very much like a country bumpkin kind of vibe. She has a piece of straw in her mouth, a big sack that she almost looks like a what is the term for the sack on the end of a rod?
So knapsack.
Oh, I know this.
It's
Yeah, knapsack. There you go.
Is it a knapsack? It's something to that effect.
Mhm.
In general, kind of looking around like she's having the best time of her life. Kind of adjusts the straw in her mouth and walks over. Eggs and bacon for 3, please. She glances back, and the nerd vigorously shakes his head. No. Make that eggs for 3, bacon for 2. The other girl kind of puts her hands on her hips and looks dismissively at the nerd. They take their seats relatively close by. I want Amber to go and roll me a perception check here.
Hooray!
Selected
Still chose
randomly.
Not to upgrade.
Yes.
I end up going with intuition. Oh, but hey, 10.
Okay. As the city girl with the blonde hair and the baseball cap adjusts her kind of black leather jacket, you see a glint of something green and purple flicker off of it, and you realize you just saw a badge. A badge you haven't seen before.
Wait, I hadn't seen it before? Is it not the Precipity City one?
I don't know if you would have seen the Precipity City one. Go ahead and roll me a general education check.
Okay.
You would be able to make this check.
Another 10.
Okay.
5.
You do recognize this as the Precipity City badge after a few seconds of thinking. And you realize this trio must have moved pretty quick once the league started.
I like stop spying on them for a second, turn back to like our little booth and like, guys, they're trainers and they already have a badge. We're so far behind.
Elaine just eats her food. Oh wow, they already have a badge?
That mean we gotta fight them?
No,
I don't
Please.
know.
it just means that they've got a badge. It doesn't mean we have to fight them. Vigo.
I thought we had to fight them because they're in the league too.
No, you just can't make eye contact. Don't make eye contact.
Oh, okay.
Over his
Turns
face.
back to his plate full of bacon.
Mako will say a little too loudly, but it would be fun to fight them.
No.
No. We have plans today. We can't be fighting them.
Yeah, we got plans.
The nerd glances over at you nervously. Hey, Allie, he kind of pets her shoulder nervously. And the girl with the leather jacket is like, "What do you want, Stuart?"
Poor boy.
Looks
His voice is hilarious.
looks over. Oh, trainers. Hi. She kind of just waves half-heartedly in your direction. Don't they look a little young? Stuart kind of adjusts his glasses a little bit. The youngest appears to be 8.
Who told you that?
Nobody told me. I just, well, there is a league registrar, you know.
You were stalking me.
No, I am not in the habit of stalking little girls. I mean, Allie's like, Stuart, just, you can go eat your eggs. As,
How old is he anyways?
Stuart appears to be maybe 12 or 13, something like that.
This is amazing.
Allie walks over as the redhead appears to be kind of leaning against the counter, still waiting for her serving of bacon and eggs. She sits like Riker on one of the chairs. She kind of mounts it and puts her hands over it. So, trainers, right?
Yeah.
You guys tackle the gym here yet?
Totally.
roll a charm check.
No, it's Guile.
Guile. Go roll Guile.
I got it too.
Very accurate. I'm gonna take that as a no.
We were gonna fight them today.
That would explain the backlog. We went straight to Henry's, and he said, "Nope, we already got somebody for this morning." So here we are, Miss Ruby's. Eating bacon and eggs with Stuart. She looks behind her head, and Stuart's like nervously casting shots at the rest of you.
I'm gonna gesture over. I'm gonna be like, y'all can come. The rest of you can come over.
Yeah, Elaine's gonna make a room for Stuart and Pat right next to her. Be like, "Come on, Stuart."
I'm okay over here. Thank you.
Everyone else is coming over here, Stuart. You don't want to be alone.
Wait, he's been stalking me. Do we really need him to sit with us?
Amber, I think you're in over your head on this one. I don't think he's stalking anybody. He's just awkward.
That
Stuart,
would explain a lot.
Stuart, come here.
Like everybody just kind of gesturing for Stuart is making him close off even more.
Trying to call him over like a dog.
Yeah.
Here, boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Flop the eggs in the air. Come here, Stuart. This poor guy.
Allie's
I
like,
think he might be a vegan.
Allie's like, he's hopeless. Don't even. Yeah, she's like lacking words. Oh, he's precious. Bethany sits down right next to Allie. Nice to meet y'all. She holds out a hand.
Maka will eagerly grab it.
Don't mind,
Your
Stuart.
hair's really
Hold this shit
pretty.
here.
Oh, thanks. Just like my mom's. She kind of combs it back a little bit.
Did you already say how old these kids look?
13, 14, something like that.
Older
Sweet.
than us by like a year or two.
Way out of our league, but you know.
They're teenagers.
They're practically adults.
Practically, yes.
For all social purposes.
Don't worry about Stuart. She eats a bit of bacon and looks back towards him. He's been pretty nervous since precipity. Stuart seems to detect the words precipity and stiffens a little bit more and continues eating. He was a big.
Amber does the same.
he was a big fan of the gym leader over there, and well, let's say it's better to not meet your stars.
Elaine crosses her arms, nods sagely.
Yeah, I think we're planning on skipping that gym, right, guys?
Yeah,
no, I'm
totally.
gonna fight all of them.
I think they'll let us do that.
Allie pauses mid-egg. I didn't know you could do that. We can do that? Looks over at Bethany. I don't think you can do that.
Amber, I'm sorry. I don't think we can skip that gym.
I mean, who says?
Plus, I'm gonna
The
be a
league rule
gym leader
says,
one day.
Amber.
I have to be able to beat all of them.
Well, we can just.
Plus, Vigo is a force of nature. He's gonna make us do it anyways.
I'm a bunch of bug.
Not my bugs.
And now your
Jeez,
bugs.
offensive.
Your bugs are good.
Oh, thanks.
Y'all are lucky you got 4 people. We're gonna get saddled with somebody we probably won't like in the 3rd quarter, I'm sure.
What cities are you guys from?
Oh, city. she kind of waves her hand a little bit. Not me. I'm from Breezetown. Way up there close to Hollow. I don't get to this part of the region very often. Actually, never. Tastes like home, though. Allie kind of crosses her arms a little bit and just kind of says nonchalantly, Cirrus, none of these interesting parts of the world for me. The center of everything, doer of nothing.
Ooh.
So you don't like Sierra City?
It's so... well, when you're there for your whole life, it's kind of... I don't know. You want to go somewhere more interesting, you know? See that river every time you wake up in the morning and it's rushing off to who knows where? She starts to kind of mumble on a little bit, and she realizes she's getting like a little bit metaphorical and deeper than her kind of front personality wants her to, and she kind of blushes a little bit and gets quiet. Bethany shoves a thumb back towards Stuart. He's from Nimbus. Probably could have guessed.
Hey, I'm from Nimbus. My sister's the gym leader there.
That's how he introduces himself every
Yeah,
time.
Amber literally like does like the little like hand mouth
Oh,
thing.
no, we're
and,
gonna
like
hear it
mouths
again.
the like my sister's a gym leader thing as he says it.
Brilliant.
Allie does a low whistle, and Bethany's like, wow, your sister's a gym leader. Got a lot to prove.
Who would have guessed?
As Stuart kind of sputters a little bit, and the first thing that's gotten him out of his shell, he kind of waddles over and says, "You're April's brother?"
Sure am. And I'm gonna take her place one day when she's tired of being a gym leader.
That's what I want to do.
Uh-oh.
Well, maybe our cities can be rivals.
We're from the same city.
Oh, well, then my condolences.
My condolences.
He's like spluttering and like not quite sure what to say. Like, do you even have electric type Pokemon?
Oh
Of course,
dear.
and I pull
What the
out.
electric?
Is there enough space to pull out electric?
Sure. Yeah. It's a
Well.
decent sized diner.
Okay. Well, then I'll have her like coil around my neck as per usual. This is Calamari. I just called her Thunder. My sister gave me it. She found a TM somewhere and said I could have it.
It doesn't
I need
learn
to get
thunder
my
until it's like
Megazord.
level 52. That's so cheap.
Well, that's the thing. I have to. Big Sis said I had to go out and earn most of my glory, but she could give me a head start. So she gave me Thunder and told me to look for someone that could learn Rain Dance. But beyond that, I have to build my own team, and it's coming along great, isn't it? Wig, not Wag. Like hug Wig to me.
He's like short circuiting over here. He's like, and Allie says, "All right, Stuart, go back to your corner." She kind of pats him on the back and like reorients his shoulder and sends him on his way. we need to re-socialize him.
Re-socialize.
At about this time, Mako, one of the only functions still available to your phone, the alarm goes off. As you realize it's about time to start your training before the gym challenge starts up.
Oh, well, I think we better be going. But maybe we can talk more after the fight. You guys want to watch us?
Are you doing a gym battle?
No, we're doing the challenge.
We're doing the gym challenge.
Oh, sorry.
I don't think they're gonna be able to watch us.
I
To be fair,
doubt we'd
Marcus
be able
probably
to
used to
follow along,
televise
but
challenges.
I mean, we'll walk you to the entrance, I guess, once we eat. Maybe Stuart will stay behind. Looks back, Stuart.
I have a feeling I may have just made a rifle.
All right, so you guys finish off your plates, those of you that are in the habit of doing so. Amber probably did so 6 minutes ago in the opening 3 minutes of the meal.
Yes.
Vigo probably requested seconds. Elaine, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what her food habits would be. Oh, that's right. She's saving a little bit left over, a meal for later.
How much money is that?
Um,
Is it $50? 50 pokey dollars.
No. We'll say it's flavor as part of all the scraps you've gathered while you're here.
Oh, so that's the 150. Okay.
Sure.
What in the world?
That low roll really is crippling.
All right. So, moving on, you guys exit Miss Ruby's and find a spot close to the crater to stretch out your Pokemon, get your legs going, do some stretching, Vigo especially, doing a lot of like military radial calisthenics to like get the blood flowing, as you all expect a bit of a hike. Okay, so what kinds of preparations and training are we applying before the gym challenge here?
I'm gonna do focused and agility on Psyduck and electric.
Okay.
I feel like you have to be like Ace Trainer to do that stuff, right?
Oftentimes, yeah. And if like maybe if you're a chef, you might be feeding people specific things.
Correct. But the DM wants to keep me starved on money, so I don't think I can do that.
Oh, you should ask Amber, the sugar mom.
Hey, Amber, my sugar mama. Hey, Amber.
Hi, Elaine.
You know how you really like food?
Dude, tell me about it. Oh my goodness, this morning I was gouging on that food. I don't even think that's how you use that word, but I was.
Cut to Miss Ruby like looking at Amber sideways, like a little bit disturbed at like how fast she is devouring things. Cut back to the conversation.
Well, would you like to spare some money so I can go shopping? Because that can make it way cheaper than these guys.
I'll give you. How much are you really looking at? Like short-term loan, long-term loan?
Amber somehow understands interest as well.
No, that was totally a bit. She would not.
It gets really cutthroat back at the orphanage.
It really is.
No, well, she is very reluctant to share because of that. I will be frank. So, but that's not to say she can't be persuaded.
Well, just to put it in player mechanics,
Yeah.
the cost of a tasty snack, which is sitting comfortably in your B-Drill's held items slot,
Yes.
those, each of them cost 100 Poké Dollars apiece. And then on top of that, I have preserves, which are $50 plus any herb, berry, or mushroom that can effectively double the amount of berry, herb, or mushroom that I have in my pockets.
Gotcha.
Refreshment items, like I told you before, with the enriched water, the soda pop, or the super soda pop,
Yeah.
sparkling lemonade.
Super soda pop.
These things cost, well, they're cheaper for me to make. So if anybody needs these in preparation, because the water is $40 for me, super soda pop 65, sparkling lemonade's 125, and the moo moo milk is 250. I can't do the moo moo milk right now.
I can give you 150, which is enough for a refund on the Beedrill and 50 for like doubling something.
So you want to do 150?
Yeah, I'll just give you that.
Okay. Sounds good. That means I can make 2 super soda pops for the road. So I'll go ahead and take the 150 and I'll do the math myself.
Okay.
Cool.
Thanks.
All right. Are you feeding Pokemon or giving Pokemon items or anything like that?
Pokemon already have food. The Beedrill has let's see, hang on.
I saw it earlier. Let's see.
It has the sweet confection.
Yes.
I believe I gave
+4
Ludwig...
evasion until the end of their next turn. Wow! That's wicked.
Ludwig gets the dry wafer, and I remember Isaac was confused about why Ludwig was getting the dry wafer. Are you still here, Isaac?
I am.
Do you remember the explanation?
I don't. I do remember you explaining, but I know I get at least 5 extra damage on a special attack.
Basically, dry wafer allows you to have more let's see, it's more special attack damage, +5 to it. Because you were more focused on using like your water gun.
Yeah.
If you want, we can try and retrograde that to something else. Because I thought to myself, because I'm a min-maxer, I'm a dirty rotten min-maxer to the core. So if you want to change that out to a different snack, we may do.
Oh no, I love special attack. I'm a special ace, so
Okay.
You chose well.
And for Frigibax for this session, I made a, what was it, spicy?
Yeah, spicy wrap.
Yeah, spicy wrap.
It's like
Yeah, go ahead and put that in your held item too. Now,
spicy chicken
remember,
wrap.
these are tasty snacks. These are supposed to be refreshment items. These need to be consumed before battle. Because during battle, you trade in your digestion buff to get these things. Does that make sense? Am I hearing a cat right now?
No,
David's asleep.
No, you hear the cow.
What in the world?
David's
Oh, you said David's asleep?
It's the milk tank.
Yeah. I know the sound of his snoring.
Oh, poor guy.
I love you,
somebody has
David,
to
but
do
we're
it.
gonna go on our movie from the call, okay, buddy?
Good night, David.
Good night,
Oh, my
David.
boy.
He'll listen to the recording. He'll know what happened.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love that he was already on episode 2, having probably started today.
So he's probably already excited about all this.
Oh yeah.
Correct. So, yeah, we gave the spicy snack to Frigibax. I only have $180.
Haha, poor.
Oh, exactly.
Haha,
Poor
rich.
kid gets all the money. Exactly. Amber gets all the money, and I get stuck with nothing, and I'm the chef.
No. I mean, I have 50. Y'all are rich.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure
Wait,
people
did you
are
get
rich
money
and
today?
put all this money's in
Yeah,
assets.
I bought a tool belt so I can actually start making money.
Oh, you got a tool
Guys.
belt.
When did you buy a
You just
tool
gotta
belt?
do the
When did you buy a tool belt?
The downtime. I posted all this and verbally said it.
Okay, so you can't buy a tool belt here, sir.
Oh,
I mentioned
we had
that.
established.
Yeah, so
Oh, okay.
I was saying you can buy that kind of thing at Tenebris or maybe the Apricorn Orchard or Cirrus. Is something I said.
Ah, gotcha.
Sorry.
Must have missed that
You
part,
can like just hang on to it until you actually buy one, or you can refund that, but to potentially use the money for something else now.
Yeah, I'll just
Save that money.
I'll just hoard it. Yeah,
Okay.
especially because we're going to an Apricorn festival.
Correct. So, with the 180 in cash, or yeah, with the 150 that she just gave me, I have 180. Is there anybody who wants a snack before I use it for myself? Because my Pokemon are the only one that don't have a tasty snack yet. I was wanting to build up the team before I built myself up because I'm a sage. I have abilities to beef up my defense in my Pokemon.
I'm good. I've already got a snack. What time do we want to play till, by the
Yep,
way?
I was about to ask that. What are we feeling right now?
I'm pretty good.
Forever.
I'm not tired yet, and I drank a lot of caffeine today. So let's just.
I
We've
did
been wanting to
happen
play
to
for a
take
long
mine
time.
late. Yeah.
We've been
If
really
we
wanting to
think
play.
we can get through the challenge tonight, I'm still down.
We
I am
can-
off tomorrow.
We can bite a big chunk off it at the very least.
All right.
Let's go.
All right. There's 2 other people that haven't answered me. Amber, do you want more
I'm
treats
good.
for your Pokemon? You're good? Okay.
I mean, yeah,
You're mine.
you've already given me one. I'm chilling.
Nah, I'm good. I only ever use fruit bags anyway.
Okay. Do we want to eat these before we do the challenge so that we have the buff to us, or do you want to wait until the gym battle?
Oh, yeah. I'd like to wait on the gym for mine.
So the gym battle. So
Correct.
everybody wants to wait until the gym
I
battle.
think that the +4 evasion to Stinger could be actually pretty critical in the battle, because if I give her that +4 evasion and then I do one of my type things to give her another +2 like evasion,
Yeah.
I don't remember if it's a him or her. It's a her. Then that
You could
could make her
potentially avoid,
super
like-
evasive and extremely quick. And depending on the
Yeah.
rules of the gym battle, that might just like win us the thing if she can
Yeah,
just fly to
could
the
bail
other
us
side.
out,
But I don't know how the rules work, so.
We could even
Yeah.
just, especially since it's a 1-turn thing. Is it a 1-turn thing, or if you apply it as an order, do you get it for an extended period?
My thing is an extended. It's +3 bonus to evasion, as long as it's
Okay,
bound.
perpetually.
But
Nice.
Hers
Okay.
is a +4 that is a single turn.
But it's evasion.
That is correct. Yeah.
Okay. I would almost say wait till the gym battle. Like you're saying,
That's
because
what
we
I'm
could
saying.
even lead with B drill.
Okay.
Do the 1-time use, basically guarantee a free turn of evasion.
Okay. Well, if people are down to go
Well,
for a while, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna just retire for a bit here. I'm going to use the restroom.
Sounds good.
Right.
We're gonna adjourn for something like 10 minutes. I'm going to pause the recording if that's a thing I can do. I don't know.
Really?
Is that a function on OBS? Can you tell me? I know
It
stop.
is.
I know
Yeah, it
stop
is.
recording is a thing. I don't know if pause recording is a
Yeah,
thing.
pause should be right under it. Should be in the same.
I see. Start
vicinity.
streaming. Stop recording. Start virtual camera.
Let's see here.
I can stream OBS if that's helpful.
Yeah, that might be helpful.
Okay, give me a sec.
I don't use it on a regular basis.
The recording management part of the recording. This is very important.
Yes.
Yes.
This is very lore heavy.
learning all kinds of things. Okay, here's OBS.
Is that right now? I'm seeing a version of the
Browser
map.
tab?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
browser tab.
Do you not see the OBS HUD? The
No.
stuff.
I do not.
Oh, weird. Okay, hold on.
Is it a pop-out window? You may have to select it individually instead of that like screen or something.
Yeah, my applications.
Oh, there's a pause button right next to the stop recording button.
Okay, I don't see that.
Oh.
Where is that? Like left or right or?
To the right. It technically shrinks the stop recording button down to make room for a
Okay.
pause button.
Maybe I. I don't see that. Here's what I see. I'll snip you a picture. This is very dramatic recording material.
Fans love this kind of stuff.
It
The
look-
behind the scenes
Ah,
look.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna kill our engagement.
Mhm.
Oh, interesting.
Looks like that. Let me right click and see if I can do anything here.
Start looking through settings.
I mean, we can make it a two-parter, I guess, but
Oh yeah, when I press start, it throws up a pause button to the right of the stop. Let me see if I
I mean,
can
we've
find
had
a-
10-minute pauses before. Like, this
Yeah,
is a
that's okay.
D&D section that
Don't
only
turn off
David is gonna.
the recording because
Okay.
there might be things that we're strategizing that we want to.
all right. Well, I'll leave everything as is, and
Yeah.
I might like throw up timestamps later for viewer convenience. All right. Well, I'll be back then.
Yeah, there you go. All
Okay.
right, sweet.
Speaking
Okay,
of
so,
strategizing, do you think it's worth to spend 170 Poké-Dollars to get 2 Super Soda Pops? They
How
heal
much
30
healing is
hit
that?
points. 30.
Remember
This is a refreshment item. We can only do it out of combat, and it's only per half hour.
Correct. How much heals do you have right now? Because I invested in 2 of the sodas, so I've got a potion and 2 sodas. Or sorry, waters. No, not sodas.
I have 1 potion and 1 water.
So you've got 40 HP of healing already. I've got 60.
I have a single potion.
And Zoe
Okay.
can actually heal with her abilities. What was it called? Life Dew, which is a what's it called? It's a daily status, burst 1 healing. What was it that made it so that I could regain this every? Oh no, it was aromatherapy, wasn't it? Yeah, that was seen. Okay. So Life Dew I can only do twice a day. Oh, that's right, guys. I just forgot. I have the super cool thing called Blessed Touch.
What's that?
don't touch me.
I'm
Oh.
effectively making a Pokemon version of a paladin.
Lay
This
on
is why I
hands
was
and all.
wanting to throw hands with Jeremiah earlier, is because with lay on hands, it says choose Blessed Touch or Healer. You gain the chosen ability, and I've chosen Blessed Touch. Blessed Touch says an adjacent Pokemon or trainer gains hit points equal to 1/4 its maximum hit points. And this is a ×2 daily standard action. But I have to be within physical range. The reason why I say I'm a paladin is because Sage allows me to have hit points almost every time I gain a feature from Sage. I'm currently sitting at 75 hit points. I'm a very beefy girl, okay?
Oh, that's as many hit points as I got.
Yeah, like I'm probably just as beefy as Vigo.
Yeah. I have
Yeah.
invested nothing in my defenses, so yeah.
Nick made the remark saying that I'm beefy because Elaine always falls down, so she has natural defenses.
Yeah, you're covered in
Funny.
scar tissue.
It's not about how many times you can hit. It's about how many times you can get hit and keep getting back up.
You tell us.
Am I the only one that's seen that?
I haven't seen it.
Apparently not.
Honestly,
Rocky Balboa,
if you
great movie.
feel like you need the heals, go for it. But honestly, I'm comfy with my amount of heals, and you've got other options. I'm not as worried about this one in particular as opposed to the battle. So you may think, like, my personal opinion is that, like, if you would rather have like a confection or something that you think would really aid us in the race, if we are able to learn more like info about the race and like how the details of that work, maybe that's gonna be a better move for us. But like, it's your money at the end of the day. But I do feel like I personally at least have enough heals, and you've sound like it's already got 2 item options and 2 different like Pokemon and class options for healing. So I assume you'll probably be fine.
Yeah. I kind of feel like if
I'll be
we
okay.
have,
I'll be okay if people need heals. The thing that I'm worried about this Pokemon challenge is Elaine is a tissue in the wind, okay? Like, she has 1 in acrobatics and 2 in athletics. She's not exactly a strong girl.
Okay,
Oh,
but
Oh, you're a
Piggyback
Wobbuffet in
ride.
demon form.
we're not really being targeted that much though as trainers.
Well, but
I
I
mean-
see at the point, like, if she trips and falls and we have to go back for her, we might lose the race. But I
Right.
don't know what kind of items
But
we
I mean,
can
heals.
afford that would help us.
Yeah, heals aren't gonna increase her abilities.
We
So
should.
like, make sure, like, we need like ropes or something to make sure she
There
doesn't.
is one
like...
thing I do have, which is called instinctive aptitude. Whenever you spend AP to raise your roll on an accuracy roll or skill check, you get a +2 bonus instead of a +1.
Hey, there you go.
So
I
I
forgot you could
could
do that.
do that, but then I'd be burning all of my AP if I ever have to do acrobatics.
How much AP does that? How much does an AP do? I don't know what the
So the
math on
action
that is.
points are they're used on so many different things.
Uh,
It just says whenever you spend an AP to raise your roll on an accuracy. So I'm assuming naturally trainers can use their AP to increase their accuracy roll by +1, whereas instinctive aptitude gives you a +2 bonus.
I just know you can use AP for bonuses based on what you just said. I just don't know what the conversion for AP to bonus is.
looking
That's
it
what I
up.
want to know.
Nick, Codium,
Action points.
can we look to see if we can spend action points to increase our accuracy rolls and skill checks? Like if that's something anybody can do.
Best use the feature. It's not custom. Let's see. In a pinch, any trainer may spend 1 action point as a free action before making an accuracy roll or skill check to add +1 to the result. This cannot be done more than once per roll.
Wow, so it
This
is
can be used to
only a
modify
+1
your
in
Pokemon's accuracy or skill checks as well as your own. Cool. So you can
take a
spend
picture
an
of that and
action
post it?
point. Sure.
So that's fascinating. So the
Yeah,
idea
you
is
can-
that you have to do it before, and it only gives you a +1. But hers gives her a
Before
+3.
making, so yeah. If it's a high, if it's a particularly important check, you can get a +1.
I suppose a +1 is a bit more valuable in this system than a fair number of
It
other
really
systems.
is.
Yeah.
But
Although
even so, like,
so I
those
feel
are
like more
designed to
with
be...
skill checks specifically.
Do what?
Because what?
I feel like it's
What
more
did
with
you-
skill checks specifically because you don't tend to get
Right.
bonuses to those. I guess attacks are also pretty, like the DCs on stuff was always pretty low. So.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, I had one other question. Is there... I don't know if this was the question, but is there any reason why we might want to try and make preparations to enable us to go straight from the challenge into the gym itself? Like, hopefully they heal us, right? Hopefully we can stop by a Poke Center. But if worst comes to worst, do we want to kind of plan as though we're not going to have time to buy supplies or give training in between the challenge and the gym?
I doubt they'll let us do both in one day.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Especially given
back.
that we just booked it for one, and then like they weren't able to book it, right? So
Yes,
the
they're
idea
probably
is
going
that
to be
it's a
there as
1 per day
well.
thing.
Okay, cool.
It actually, most likely, what's going to happen is they're going to do the gym battle tomorrow, or the gym challenge. In which case, we're going to be locked out of it for at least one more day, anyway. So that would be a good opportunity to go to the Apricot Festival.
Oh, yeah.
Is everybody here?
Except for
I
David.
believe so.
Except for David. Well, we better wait on him.
Yeah, he'll probably wake
Maybe-
up at some point.
Austin, have we been, like, told this at any point? Are we... So we're doing the challenge first. So are we going to be doing the gym on a different day, or do we know that yet?
You don't know that yet. You could ask Henry.
I would like to do so.
Okay.
In my head, it makes most sense to go straight from the challenge into the gym, but I'm seeing the logic of the other side.
Except for the fact that we wouldn't be healed.
Is Christine here?
Well, yeah.
I thought so.
Okay, guess not. I'm gonna go get water real quick. I'll be back.
I really do wish, like, Maka would probably be willing to risk just going full stealth mode and just, like, try and, like, trip up a Pokemon that we can just beat to death over the course of an hour.
Nah, we would die.
Oh, yes. No, it's...
Like, Vigo would still try it, but we would die.
We would die and they would never find our corpses.
Oh no, they probably would when they go to seal the tunnel.
Oh, fair. The Pokemon shove us back through the hole. Here you go, you can have this back.
Well, presuming we're going after Onyxes, I'm pretty sure they're Terravores, so...
They're what?
Eat rock.
So what word did you use, though?
I said Terravore. I don't think that's actually the correct
know.
word, but let me
Yeah.
know. There's a word that they use, and I don't think it's that. No, it is Terravore.
I'm back
Yeah.
again. Okay, is Christine back now? Okay.
Nicholas!
Not to worry. We'll go ahead and start resolving some things. And we'll get into, like, the meat of the matter when she gets back. Anything anybody needs to do or tell me?
What happened while I was gone? I want, like, just like a very small bit of information
What?
about that because, well, I left to get a drink and Vigo zoned out
What?
while
What?
they were talking to the other trainers.
Oh, okay.
So I want, like, just like a few sentences of what happened.
You met Allie and Beth and Stuart. Stuart's from Nimbus. Allie's from Cirrus, and Bethany is from way north village, Breezetown.
Okay, cool.
They found out Stuart wants to be the Nimbus City gym leader, just like Mako. And Allie has always wanted to travel. And Stuart is awkward around people. Oh, also Stuart was very traumatized when he met Professor Quentin, which was apparently like his a role model of his.
Hero?
Yeah, his
Okay.
hero.
Yeah, so I'm assuming there's not too much more information after that, but if there is, I don't want to hear it because Vigo would not have absorbed any of that information having zoned out. Would have gotten the names, definitely.
Isaac,
Oh, she's back.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed in the Roll20 chat you said you're feeding Wig the dry wafer. Are you still are you committing to that, or are you holding until the gym battle?
No, I texted that when I thought we were doing the gym challenge first.
We are doing the gym challenge first.
So there's the gym battle and there's the gym challenge.
Yeah.
Therein might be my confusion.
Yep.
I assumed we were fighting Henry first.
Is it
Seeing
tunnel
as
time
we are
or what?
not,
That's
I will wait
Yeah.
to nap. I will
There's-
wait to eat the wafer until we fight
The
Henry.
the confusion is understandable because in most settings, including the anime and such, the gym challenge is the battle. But in this system, there are
Yeah.
two different things, and the gym challenge is a miscellaneous task that can give you the badge, and then the gym battle is like the road paved in blood and glory.
Which also, I
Right.
stopped playing Pokemon games before they really had gym challenges that were more than just.
They've always had
Just,
gym challenge. Spin the puzzles.
Well,
that
yeah,
you
but I
did
mean, like,
before.
lately you like push an almond down a path or something.
Push an
but,
almond down a path.
It was so. Oh, it's in like Scarlet and Violet. And you have to like push what looks like a giant bean or a nut or
That's
something.
funny.
Yeah.
Through a maze.
I haven't played the newer games, so I don't know. Anyways, Christine's here, so is everybody else good?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Let me get things set up here.
Let's do this. So Austin,
What do you want from me?
I always want you. You're gonna have to learn this. In our conversation just now, under my edges, I have instinctive aptitude, which might help with my my very abysmal acrobatics. And so that's why we posted in easy rules the points, the action points rules.
Yes. I keep thinking to remind you guys of those because like it would have been really nice last session when there was like some high stakes stuff. But yeah, remember that.
Yeah,
Remember that for this because there's gonna be like a lot of skill challenges. So
right.
okay. So you guys complete your morning training. Mako checks his clock again and realizes you guys are just about on schedule. As you mount the elevator at this point, a couple of the girl trainers you just met, Allie and Beth, load on to the elevator with you. Allie has what appears to be an actually functioning phone. However, she sighs when she realizes, of course I'm out of service. I'm in a mine. And Stuart just kind of comes up to the edge of the crater, and you see him let out a small dog-like Pokemon with some kind of greenish-yellow colorings. And kind of his glasses kind of glint down at you guys as you roll the elevator down. We thought it best he stay up there. Don't want to get in your guys' heads or anything. Anyways, y'all hear about this crazy cave-in that happened a day or two ago? Looks like we just missed it.
Yeah, we were there for it. It was really scary.
Ego has been triggered. I punched a slugma.
He's been triggered.
You what? You punched it?
I kicked it. I kicked it. I don't remember.
Those things are hot, you know?
Yeah, I know. I burned my foot. I did kick it.
Made of certain
You
stuff,
didn't
kid.
kick it.
She slaps you on the back and kind of gives a little giggle. Allie's like slowly realizing the group she has fallen in with. It's like, okay.
Absolute maniac.
Yeah.
Punching a lava slug.
All right, let me change the music here as you get to the bottom of the crater, and things are starting to look a bit different. Before, it was all function, no form, and now you're starting to see little posts telling you that there is a gym nearby, posters of Henry, kind of like that caricatured version of him with his like exposed bicep grinning at the viewer on a couple of the posts. There's a couple of large kind of like banners that fly over the path you would walk with poles on either side that really kind of give the vibe of a more kind of like sophisticated and perhaps professional arena. Where is the music I wanted? Blah, 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 blah. One moment. No, not Pokemon Combat.
No, that seems like the perfect song to play right now.
Pokemon Combat. All right, there we go. This is what we wanted.
I put the smack down.
Mew, I choose you. Mewtwo.
As you walk between the banners, you see sitting on a large igneous rock that actually looks to be carved in the shape of a meteor. Henry, sitting cross-legged with his hands on his knees. It's about time. Glad y'all can make it. And a couple extras, too. I'm sorry, but you'll have to wait your turn if you want to the gym challenge. Beth speaks up. No worries, we were just watching. We are trainers, but we were thinking the battle first. Well, in that case, let me take care of these, and I'll be right with you. Beth and Allie take a few steps back, and Allie makes furious texting noises as she tries to get Stuart's attention. Right, so, much as I love y'all, it's all gonna be hard love from here. This right here, he pulls out a case and opens it, is the Meteor badge. let me actually pull that. I have an asset for you guys.
Sick.
There you go.
Oh, wicked.
Each of the Animos Gym League badges have special traits associated with them. Actually, I have a little bit of meteorite in this one. What they do precisely, you have to find out once you get them. But this is the prize. One for the whole team. He snaps the case shut just as like everybody was craning their head in to get a look. I trust you read the pamphlets, but I'll do a brief summary just in case you did. So let me pull up this really quick. I'm going to gym leader handouts and then Prospector Henry, and then I'm going to go now. All right. Right. So, you're out. Shaft 4. Right down the middle. That crossroad you came to yesterday, I'll be escorting you there. But once you're at the crossroads and taking down the shaft, if you come back without the meteorite, that's a loss. Also, I took the liberty of getting some higher frequency walkie-talkies after what happened last time. He hands them out to each of you. If any of you call me, say you need help, that's a disqualification.
Oh.
And I trust you'll do so. Don't want any casualties. And on that account, if there are any casualties, or one of you needs to be hospitalized after this, another disqualification. So, be safe. Pokemon, of course, are harder than we are. Little Pokemon Center treatment will fix them right up, so they can faint just fine.
I feel like this is abuse.
That's the Pokemon world, Christine.
Welcome to reality.
If we
It's hard out
could
here.
basically bring animals back to life with no consequences, we would probably make them fight in real life.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Because we make them fight right now, and we know they can't.
Oh,
be
dude,
revived.
they love it.
Yeah.
Don't act like they don't.
It does help that they canonically do like beating each other nearly to death.
Oh, they love it, man. So, all right. At this point, I should tell you the rewards if you succeed. Of course, you'll be getting the Meteor badge for your team, which will convey some special benefits. Additionally, you'll each be receiving 2,000 Pokédollars, one for each member of the team. He looks back at Beth and Allie. For those of y'all who have a less than 4-man team, all of it will be given to one person. Think of it as nice recompense for having a bit of a handicap. Beth says, I think we already knew that, but good to have it confirmed. She does a thumbs up. Ah, we got somebody who's being a little faster. Anyways, I should ask y'all, I did this already, but formalities and all that. The league would get on me if I didn't. Any badges already?
No.
Looks to the rest of you just to confirm.
No, we don't.
What was the question?
Oh, Vigo. He kind of reaches out, puts a hand on your head. I do hope you live through today.
What a legend.
It's entirely possible he doesn't.
And of course, a special Animos piece of equipment. He pulls out another case. It almost looks like a record player. And pulls it open, and it is a kind of disc-shaped thing. And a display flickers to life above it. And it appears to be weird sort of geometric shapes. And it's almost mesmerizing. A technical machine. A special technical machine. No one else in the world produces it. This is STM Magnitude. He closes back up.
Wow.
You'll get one of these. To be able to teach your Pokemon the move.
Mako's gonna lean over to whoever he's next to and be like, well, that doesn't sound good for when we have to fight. Is it true in this world that they use the move they give you?
Presumably, it's like moves associated with them. Yeah. You said you were doing the gym battle later, so I'll cover those rewards when it's time, assuming you wish to continue. In any case, have I been clear enough in your instructions?
Yep, I got it all locked away up here.
Points to her noggin.
Well, looks to the rest of you just double checking. Everybody's informed.
Vigo gives us a salute.
All right. He gets up. If you'll follow me. He escorts you through much of the same areas you saw before. All looking a little bit traumatically familiar at this point, but it all looks way more cleaned now. The miners have been working overtime to try and get the place in tip-top shape. Seems like the tracks are repaired, as Henry shows you to a railroad cart that is actually like cushioned and very nice, obviously for civilian use. Hop on. Less of a hike that way.
Nice.
Oh.
You hop in the cart, and instead of some kind of powered mechanism, Henry pulls out a Pokeball and a flash of light as a large quadrupedal creature. It scuffs the ground a little bit. Rhyhorn, give us a bit of a boost, would you? Henry stands up in the cart as the Rhyhorn kind of hooks its horn back up under the cart's edge and starts moving slowly, and then much quicker than you think a large armored monster such as this could move. As in a few brief moments, you are speeding along the rail carts, passing by all the little bits and pieces you saw before. In probably just 5 or 6 minutes, you reach the crossroads. Rhyhorn, knowing exactly when to start laying off the gas, comes to a stop, and after a few brief moments, Henry says, "All right, everybody hop off." You do so, dismounting at the crossroads you saw before. The signpost now firmly erected, presumably all directions correct this time, as the post in front points towards Shaft 4. Henry leads you to the edge of Shaft 4, where various signage indicates this as Gym League activity-oriented and League staff only. As he opens a locked container door on the shaft and slides it open. All right. This is where we part ways, kids. Couple of words of warning. All have done well so far, braved the dangers of the mine, but this is designed to be challenging. Test your wits and your capabilities, both you and your Pokemon. Make sure your Pokemon or you don't hold each other back. You'll need to work in total combination for this. He kind of meshes his fingers together like gears. You might be wondering why this is even necessary. Well, League trainers, gym leaders included, got to navigate some pretty precarious areas in service to the League and Animos. This is testing your survival skills, navigational, and your resolve to continue. Best of luck. Amber, Vigo, Elaine, Mako. Do your best. He stands aside. The Rhyhorn kind of paws the ground, shudders a little bit, like a horse, and kind of gazes at you. You feel a little bit intimidated. This is probably what you would have to fight if you did the gym battle.
All right, well, let's go do it. That was a very great voice crack. Okay, come on, guys.
I believe in you, Caleb. I believe in you. Get a drink of water.
Do the thing, guys.
Let's do it.
Come on.
All right.
Honestly impressed how well your voice holds out.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah. All right.
Falsetto is like extremely low effort.
All right. Henry shouts after you. Apple cobbler and dumplings when you get back tonight. Good luck. He closes the door behind you.
Amber has renewed vigor.
You've
All we
activated
needed
Amber.
was incentive.
Right, it's time to run in.
the $2,000 was clearly not enough, but apple cobbler, I'm in.
All right, let's start running. Let's go. Give us some rolls. Let's run. Let's go.
Okay, let me go ahead and get the music you're so sick of.
Yes.
You've had a bit of a break now, so maybe it'll be okay.
Yeah, it's only been a month.
Cave time.
Cave
In
time.
The cave.
Give time.
Time for in the cave.
In the cave.
Something of a cave connoisseur at this point.
Mm-hmm. Well, technically, I've been in the cave more than anybody else at this point, so. But I think technically I'm the cave expert.
It's true. Lead the way.
Mm-hmm. Well, I did apparently go to Victory Road, so.
Yeah, you've been to Victory Road.
Correct like that.
Yeah, that means I am the most experienced trainer in the league currently.
That's right. Definitely not the people behind you that already have a gym badge and are currently fighting Henry.
No, they don't count because they haven't been to Victory Road. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so you do not have a map. This is mostly narrative. If there is something that I feel like is going to be really hard to visualize, I'll try and get you guys a map. But for now, just bear with me, and we're going to do some narration here. So, advancing. You guys quickly find yourselves on a decline. Just like Henry said, this is going to go straight and deep for a while, and there'll be a few hurdles along the way. Venturing forward for perhaps 6 or 7 minutes, you quickly find that only the front of the shaft appears to have been at least visibly civilized. Any signs of phosphorescent lamps, tracks, and grips on the flooring and walls disappears very quickly, and you find yourselves in darkness. What are you using for illumination?
Flashlight. Activate. Deploy.
Did I get my headlamp taken away from me?
You did.
Aw.
Yeah.
But you do have your electric now.
Yeah.
It's just constantly discharging electricity to light up the cave.
I bet it could learn Flash, though.
Yeah, absolutely. You could learn Flash.
We don't have that.
I don't currently have it, yeah, but...
Okay.
I have intentionally chosen not to buy a flashlight for plot purposes.
Did we
So-
establish...
Can hide in the dark better.
I am clinging to Elaine once again, as is my duty.
Ah, yes. As we're running, she's clutching to me, and I'm like, Amber, I'm already struggling to run as it is. I can't carry you too.
Did we establish that my phone does not have a flashlight?
Yes.
Because of the
Alright, I must cling to Elaine as well, then.
Oh, dear.
All right.
The Litwick soon.
Elaine leading the way.
Elaine with her flashlight.
Flashlight.
That'd be so fun.
Okay. About another 3 or 4 minutes pass before you reach your first hurdle. This is obviously not like a cave-in, but you are at a bit of a loss when you realize that there is no floor directly in front of you. Shining your light a bit ahead of you, you see that there is a gap directly in front of you, roughly 5 or 6 feet in diameter. It spans the length of the tunnel in either direction, to your left and right. You can see the sides of the pit appear to be rugged and jagged enough, perhaps, for someone to climb up the far side. And on this side, you see a net mesh as you shine your light down at it.
Problem solved. Zoe has telekinetic. I can just float people across the gap.
Okay. How significant is that?
Genius.
I don't think that's how that works.
It is how that works. Let me post it for you.
Can it pick up anything? Like any weight?
Give me a second to post it, Mr. Questions.
I thought it was based. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Telekinetic Pokemon and traders can move objects with their mind, and they can lift things with telekinesis as if they were using a power capability equal to their focus rank. When lifting staggering weights with telekinesis, they roll focus instead of athletics, and the DC is 10 instead of 4. They can target objects up to 8 meters away. count the combined weight of all objects when determining whether they can lift them all. Using this capability to lift, the user's drag weight or greater leaves discoverable psychic residue. And then the rest of it talks about how they can use struggle as a ranged attack with telekinesis.
Okay, so could you briefly reiterate the part where it talks about its weights and how focus and all that stuff works?
Okay.
So I know it can move objects, but the question is if it can move people.
The power like before move people?
So staggering weights are not defined in the core rulebook. It just says when lifting staggering weights, and then I can't find any other references to them.
Okay.
Well,
Nicholas, are you checking this out as well?
I'm looking. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, let me open my core book and look. We'll spend a couple minutes on this, and
Power
if we can't
4
figure
is
it out,
roughly equivalent to 45 to 70 pounds able to lift.
okay.
She has a focus of 4.
Yes.
Right.
Let's see. Staggering weight limit 140 pounds. Drag weight limit 280.
Cool.
So I guess the 45 to 70 would be easily carried.
Sure. Okay. Who weighs
Or
45 to 70
relatively
pounds?
easy.
I'm assuming Amber.
I have no idea how old an 8-year-old girl is.
How
Oh,
old?
no,
no,
the
how
weight.
heavy?
I'll look it up.
Okay.
Oh, 44 to 80 pounds. Perfect.
Yeah, you put in 41 pounds.
A little.
Oh yeah, because I'm anorexic.
Oh, by the way, anybody who has hearty meals stuff on here, y'all need to you need to fix your AP.
Ah, thank you.
Oh, okay, so it's gone, I guess.
Yeah, it's been 2 days. It'll be gone. Mako is 75 pounds. Vigo is 103 pounds.
He is well fed.
He is a well-fed boy.
Cool. Okay. So is everybody within the Power 4 domain there?
Nope.
Sorry. What did you say Vigo's weight is?
103.
103. Okay. So that would need to be a focus check to lift the staggering weight across the gap.
Okay.
Assuming Vigo doesn't want to try jumping.
How far is it?
5 or 6 feet thereabouts. It's not far.
I've been half listening and also looking. Do we need the definition of staggering weight because I found it?
Sure.
While lifting weight higher than their heavy lifting range and up to their staggering weight limit, Pokemon or trainers are able to move only 1 meter per shift action and cannot take standard actions. While lifting staggering weight, a target also suffers a -4 CS penalty to speed and -4 to evasion and accuracy.
Okay.
Each round of carrying staggering weight requires an athletics check with a DC of 4. But that's the definition of what staggering weight is.
Acrobatics
which
check.
is the upper
What was the DC on the acrobatics check? Sorry.
athletics.
Athletics.
4.
I think what we need is what classifies something as a staggering weight.
Staggering weight is over
this-
the Power 4 threshold. That would be Vigo. So the DC is 4. Is that what you said? Is that just
It would be
unconditional?
10 for telekinesis.
That's for carrying the staggering weight. It's DC of 4 athletics.
It would be DC
So-
10 for telekinesis. Why?
I think that's right. Was it?
Is it?
That's what it said. That's what it said
so-
in the thing.
that's
My
what telekinesis
question
says?
yeah.
Before we get too hooked onto this,
Mhm.
you said that it was only 5 meters far away?
5 or 6 feet.
5 or 6 feet.
Roughly 2 meters.
So that means that those who have strong athletics or acrobatics could reduce some of Zoe's strain and jump this gap.
That doesn't seem. Why do I have a long jump of 1? That doesn't seem right.
Whoa, how many? What's feet to meters? Like 3 feet per meter?
Sure. I would say if you have a long jump of 2, you'd be able to span this gap pretty easily.
Let me check to make sure this isn't miscalculated, because I feel like I should have more than 1 given my athletics.
Hey Nick, can you go look up long jump real quick?
I think it might even be posted in Easy Rules.
Probably is.
So I feel like I've had to look at this before.
Let's see. Long jump.
Regardless, the hat.
Oh, it's purely based on acrobatics. Never mind.
Okay.
Then.
The Hatna will be able to move most people, but not.
Sorry, what is
Vigo.
Hatna's
4 focus.
strength power value?
4.
Was it 4? Oh, okay.
For
Yep.
the purposes of this, yeah.
Okay, got you.
So Amber can just get moved over. I don't know what you said Elaine's weight is.
I didn't.
Okay.
Because she was gonna go last after everybody else. But if I'm sorry, not Mako. If Vigo can just jump over.
I
this,
think it's
like-
going to be acrobatics, so I don't think I can do that.
So it sounds like Amber can already just jump. What is your long jump,
Mhm.
Caleb?
It only says. Oh, I don't even have a long jump thing on here. I'm sorry.
It's half your
It's under
acrobatics.
capabilities.
Oh, then if it's half my acrobatics, then I have a long jump of 2, so I can make it.
Okay.
So she'll just jump across.
So Amber can jump. I can at least float the other 3 across if we don't want to risk those rolls.
I don't think Vigo would trust being floated across. He would try to jump regardless.
Even if
Okay,
you
not
couldn't
even
make
close to
it.
Well,
Is-
it would just be a roll at that point.
Instead of using acrobatics, can he use athletics for something else?
Potentially.
Climb the wall.
I mean, you lived in a mountain for a long time and you were in the
That's true.
military.
He probably has a lot of experience with climbing mountainsides. So.
Yeah, Elaine wants to make sure she stays on this side so she can keep the flashlight on it so people can see. She doesn't want to blind them by staying on the other side. So I'm trying to be smart about where I'm positioned.
Sure. Well, Amber goes ahead and hops off, and you're kind of shining the way for her. Mako, what are you doing? Are you jumping across?
I'm letting.
Are you getting floating over?
Yeah, I'm getting floated over.
Cool.
Mako actually is excited to try that out.
Yeah. You feel a strange kind of vibration around your skin as you slowly lift off the ground. Yeah. The tiny psychic hat Pokemon glowing kind of this light pink aura as it lifts its head slightly, and you start floating upwards, and then it kind of hunches over, and you start floating across. After a few moments, you're there, and you kind of have your feet under you, and you gently get put down.
Good job, Zozo.
Nods with satisfaction. Okay. All right. Just Vigo and Elaine.
Vigo,
Okay. How do I jump?
how do I jump? What a
I'm gonna
question.
Look up jump.
Well, you see, you bend your knees.
Long jump. It doesn't. Let's see. Okay.
I will let you roll an acrobatics check if you don't have the long jump value here to try and clutch something out.
I'm 1 off. So. So it's just the ground isn't there. Yeah.
Ground is not there.
Ground is not there.
There's a hole there.
Yep, there's a hole there.
Oh,
Shining the light down, you can see the hole descends probably 7 or 8 feet. And then on this side of the hole, there's a net mesh that would presumably let somebody who fell climb back up. But the far side it's just a rock wall with enough jagged kind of crevices to maybe be climbable.
So what if you were to leap and try to grab the jagged edges and climb up like Spider-Man?
Oh, have mercy. This is an American Ninja Warrior. There's not like a full hold. Like if you leap and try and grab like an edge, you're gonna just slip. Like it's better to just start climbing and keep climbing.
Or impale yourself.
Realistically, I'm probably going to be better at climbing the wall, but I'm still going to try and jump over it. Or jump over the hole. And if I fail, I should probably just climb up. So,
I think-
acrobatic!
Okay.
I think
Nice.
just be ready to catch him, Elaine.
Right.
Nice. It was like a DC of like 6 or 7. So yeah, you
They made
easily
it.
easily clear the gap. Just like the raw strength of your legs, you just blast yourself forward. It's not like particularly beautiful or elegant, but he gets there just fine.
Right.
Okay, and then it's
Now
just
it's
you and your
Elaine's
hat
turn.
now. Mm-hmm.
So Elaine is 80 pounds.
Mhm.
She I think she's within it, correct?
I think so.
Nope, 75.
You said
But it's
75?
not-
Is 75 the upper limit? 40 to 75?
40 to 70. 45 to 70.
Oh, never mind. I was wrong. So it's 10 over.
Maka, how much do you weigh?
75.
Maka wouldn't have been able to lift it that way.
Oh.
It would be a check.
It would be a check. It would be a focus check from the Hatna to lift Mako over.
Correct. Let me find her. There she is.
That's what I was asking earlier. I wasn't clear. I'm not.
17 on Zoe for
Perfectly fine.
Mako.
Yeah. She's visibly straining, but Mako, you get set down. And instead of a nice landing, you kind of get dropped about a foot onto the ground and you kind of stagger a little bit.
I don't know what your AP situation looks like, Elaine, but just consider that before you full send.
What do you mean?
In case you feel as though you might need the bonus for this roll.
Oh,
Make sure you
100%
get
it's
across.
acrobatics. I'm pathetic in this. I'm not even going to try. I would much rather have Zoe flip me over and then recall her into a Pokeball.
Probably smarter.
Well, I'm just saying, like, with the DC 10, that was my only concern. I know
Yeah.
you got a 4 though, so
Yeah, this is against her focus. So 18
nice job.
for Elaine.
Okey-dokey.
Very nice. More than enough. The Hatna still struggling, but you're kind of coaching the Hatna as she does her best, and you get over in just a few seconds, and then the Hatna kind of sags a little bit. The hat now the only visible part of her as she's like kind of huffing.
You did great. You did great, Zozo. Go ahead and come back, and then she'll recall her into a Pokeball.
Yep, definitely in recall range. Cool. Everybody over the gap.
Mhm.
You push on. All right. A bit later, your next challenge, you encounter a situation very much like the one you did before. You encounter a signpost and a crossroads. There are 3 directions to go and a signpost in the middle. The signpost appears to have been tampered with. You get the impression it's probably not oriented correctly, or maybe somebody is just trying to get inside your head and they messed with it and the signage is correct. You're not quite sure. But you're instructed to stay on shaft 4, and you were not told about any kind of derivative paths.
We should 100% check that sign to make sure it's not been messed with.
This is where we, of course, where Vigo, of course, looks at these all to determine which would be the most likely path to produce a fossil.
Very nice.
No, now's not the time for a fossil. We're on a race.
No, Vigo is no. This isn't a race. We just have to get there.
Can I, DM, could I make like an intuition check to kind of, I don't know, feel things out? See what my gut's telling me about whether it's been tampered with or where I feel like we ought to head, what the well-trodden path is.
You can vibe check the tunnels like Elaine did last time, but that's just very that's non-concrete information. If you want to inspect the sign itself, perception,
Well,
or guile would be where it's at.
Okay. I will let someone who has better perception / guile than me make a check there because I have a 2 in both of those things and I was yelled at last time.
do we not have signs posted in the tunnels?
We got the signposts.
Get the signpost.
This is the sun.
Well, I'm talking like. That's not what I'm talking about.
Nope. The only sign you can see is the signpost.
Okay.
This is the gym challenge. It's designed to test you.
All right.
I have a 4 in perception, so if you want, I can roll it.
Yeah, at least we hope
Yeah, go
this is
for
the
it.
gym challenge.
We're the only one of us that can see.
I'll just have to direct
18.
whoever's holding the flashlight.
Nice.
Yeah, Elaine's basically going to be
Fantastic.
your eyes right now.
Sure, Mako.
Nice.
You quickly determine that the signpost has been ejected out of the ground with some degree of force. It's obviously a ground type, probably a Diglett popped up underneath this thing and just spun it around on top of its head. But you can tell the kind of arms, or I should say feet, of the bottom of the signpost are designed to fit into the ground a certain way. And they actually kind of lock into the earth, it would appear, if what you're seeing is right with your very good perception check. So with a bit of finagling, you're able to kind of reorient the signpost into 2 possible correct configurations, which is far better than what it was last time. One has shaft 4 going straight forward, and one has shaft 4 going right.
Can I check the dig on the, or looking at the quality of the tunnels to see if it would be consistent with the one that we've been going in?
Sure, that would be a survival check.
18.
Oh,
Wow, look at all these wonderful checks you guys are making.
18s, far and wide.
Totally. You quickly determine that the tunnel directly in front of you, it's obvious that whoever was originally digging this tunnel, likely by hand or some kind of primitive tool, this wasn't a drill bit tunnel, maybe even Pokemon, ran into some kind of snag or obstruction, and maybe went a bit further, but it's obvious the texture of the rock started getting tougher or different in such a way that it was not beneficial. Wherever this leads is probably not straight shaft 4.
The one that's directly forward?
Correct.
Okay.
So that means the right tunnel is where we need to go.
Fantastic job.
We did it.
We did it.
Okay, now Vigo looks down the left tunnel, of course.
Wait, no.
Well, this was, of course, to check which one was the roughest, so that I can go down that one.
No.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah, Vigo would probably point out that the right one is more likely to be hit.
Nice.
And then Lane's gonna sigh, and she's gonna be like, Vigo, do you want to go look for some fossils?
I do.
What if... I mean, if we have to come right back this way, what if we made sure we got the meteorite first?
Probably if we run into Henry, he's gonna make sure that we get to the top very quickly. I don't know if we're gonna have another chance after this.
The gym challenge is coming back with a meteorite.
Yeah. There's no race element here. We just have to get the thing.
Let's get the thing first, and then look for fossils along the way. and then
Slow,
afterwards-
steady, and safe.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay,
If
so
you
we
see
get
a
the primary
fossil, we can
objectives.
go grab it. But
Yeah.
Yeah, so focus on the primary objective, meteorite, and then secondary objective, fossils.
Correct.
Okay. Alright, so I guess let's go down the right path.
Tertiary objective, find Dwebble.
there you go.
Tertiary objective, very nice.
But imagine that would be in a more natural cave.
You're
Or
probably right, but I am still looking for it.
Well, there's
I have a
rock
tertiary as
cave
well.
Here. There's a rock type gym next to a cave up here, so that's more likely we're gonna find it.
Also, just to check, because I think I remember Austin saying this, but I don't want to put words in his mouth if he didn't. Austin, you said there would be another opportunity to roll a d20 during this excursion into the mines, correct?
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So just keep that in mind, guys, that you do have your d20 roll if you want to try for loot again. You're
It's
like
good
once per
keeper.
dungeon.
So, with my experience as with paleontologist, could I use this as a means of, like, once we get into an area where I'm most likely to find a fossil, just like get a little mental ping that this is a good place to check for my item.
Tell you what, you are this would be maybe medicine, actually, and you're good at that, aren't you? To determine where
Yeah.
fossils would be. Sure. I'll let you roll medicine checks, and each of like these, whenever like there's a kind of a difference in the scene, and you can try and figure out if this would be the best place to start looking.
Okay. Presumably it wouldn't be right now, but I guess I can't necessarily say that for certain.
Yeah, who knows? you're still kind of like on like a relatively clean shaft, since you guys are going the right way now, presumably.
Common sense would dictate that this is not the place to look. However, Vigo has a distinct lack of that. So.
Okay. Several more minutes, and again, I stress just minutes. This is a hike, but it's not like this isn't a race to the end of a long mine shaft and then get dropped into an underground tunnel with magma kind of hike. This is designed to be doable by the majority of trainers. So you venture forth, and you quickly find yourself in a larger cavern, shining the flashlight about. You find that it's not terribly big, but it's large enough to definitely kind of free your arms, and you don't have to walk right next to Mako all the time, which is always a plus.
A little smelly.
Yeah, Mako's a smelly boy.
We hate Mako around here.
Yep.
Yeah, just like
the cavern appears to be situated with a lot of different kinds of minerals and rocks. And there appears to be only one way through the cavern. On the far side, you see a bit of technology. A door appears to be shut, and beside it is various bits of mechanisms that you might wish to inspect.
That sounds like we need our tech head over here.
As you glance about, I want somebody to make me a perception check. I'll let you guys choose who makes it.
Same person.
Yeah.
Do it.
Go.
You said perception.
The looker.
Perception. 16.
Pop off.
There we go. That's the right chat. Look at this cool Diglett card that I got in my pocket.
That's a great Diglett card in your pocket.
Yeah.
I really love that. It shows the underground. That's rad.
You pocket. You could have one too.
It shows a little fossil in the corner that you can't get to.
Yeah, I can't get it.
Okay. Yeah, you're glancing about. And sorry, what did you roll here?
A 16.
Okay, I need to move the spectator roll down. Nice. Okay, so as your flashlight glints over the surrounding bits and baubles that are shiny, like there's probably like a decent amount of like potentially rare or interesting minerals in this area. You see something shadowy lugging something glowy behind it. And as you flash the light over it, its eyes appear to flash in response as though they're reflective, and it scuttles off into the darkness with its treasure in tow.
What if that was the meteorite that it had?
Well, we have to chase it down. We got to chase after that thing. I gotta go get it.
Oh, we don't even know what it is.
I gotta go get it.
Mako's going to let Psyduck loose.
Sorry?
He should be under the agility training, which means he has +1 extra movement capabilities.
That's right.
Which I believe means that he, let's see, -5. What does that bring Psyduck up to? -3. Okay, so Psyduck will still be like on my back for the time being, but I'll get him out, and then I'll grab a Pokeball and just start charging, ready to unleash the old Mako murder.
The murder mittens.
Old Mako murder. Oh my word.
Right here, we call him Mako Meteor.
I'm pretty sure that's a thing from Final Fantasy VII.
He did the Mako mash.
All right. So what are you guys doing?
So we saw a shady thing carry something through the doors.
Nope. He just vanished off to a darker part of the cavern. Your flashlight can't illuminate all of it at once.
Oh.
Well, obviously, we need to chase him down.
Why?
Because we gotta find out
you're
what it
gonna
is.
lose Mako otherwise.
I feel like we have to, guys. Come on. It was a cool Pokemon with a shiny thing. Like, we can come back.
That's a shiny Pokemon, right, guys?
That's a shiny thing.
No.
Shiny Pokemon are really rare.
No.
If it is, then like, if it is actually a shiny Pokemon, Well, actually, no. Vigo wouldn't care. Never mind.
If we don't think that actually is the meteor, I'm fine not to chase.
What? Okay, but if it is a
Vigo
Sableye,
wants to
y'all don't
find
want
out
like a
what it
dark
is.
ghost?
Yeah,
Or
if it's a
whatever?
I mean,
Sableye, that's what
I
I'm
mean,
worried about.
it would be dope to have, but given that we just convinced Vigo to not get sidetracked, I feel a little.
Oh,
No,
no,
but
you
that's
didn't
because of the
convince
potential of fossils. This is a thing that exists and has also an object.
As
What?
in-
Vigo, give
alleviated.
up. You
Yeah,
just
as an
told, you
object.
just made him change his priorities for exactly one turn.
It could be our
Okay.
goal. We don't know.
Okay, well in that case, I'm going after the Sableye.
Yeah, we gotta go eat that
Again.
thing.
We don't even know if it
Yeah.
is a Sableye.
It's
We don't
Come on,
know,
I need
but
flashlight.
we want to
Look at my
find
phone.
out.
granola or something.
Yeah.
Okay, I
mercy.
want to. Does any of our Pokemon have tracker? Can anybody
No.
see that on their Pokemon
Would it be
abilities?
an ability?
It is like threaded or like nature walk. Tracker is a specific like thing. And I know for the record, Elaine, that your Paris I think has dark vision. If that
Paris
is
does have dark vision. Jolly is supposed to get tracker, but not until she evolves.
okay, cool.
I
just
do not
wanted to
have
make-
tracker. Well,
Okay.
actually, there's one more chance.
Alrighty, well,
Because it might be useful to have our Pokemon with dark vision out and about, given that we have a singular flashlight.
right.
Yeah.
So I guess Elaine's gonna go ahead and pull out Ruby.
And we can instruct them to help us spot it.
Correct.
Okay, so
I don't know that I want to get Spectacle out, just because that's a little bit risky. But
Yeah, that
sorry,
is
He's
go
gonna
ahead.
cut somebody's foot off or something if we.
Yeah,
let him-
exactly. So
Okay,
we're
so-
just gonna keep
so-
him caged.
so reiterate, what exactly are you doing here? You're going after the Pokemon you saw, or you're going through the gate? Okay, awesome. So you have the flashlight, and you're kind of waving it around. By the way, to those of you who would be scared, that was absolutely a jump scare.
Oh,
It didn't make a sound. Like you just saw like lots of like reflective gem-like surfaces, and then like it skitters off into the darkness.
Consider yourself being gripped even tighter, Elaine.
Yeah.
and then I guess Elaine will jump over on top of Mako because she doesn't know what this thing is.
Mako jumps over onto Vigo. Vigo jumps
Vigo
onto.
is
Emboldened and run out.
yeah.
With the entire team.
Yeah, he just
Oh.
runs with everybody on his back.
I'll take
It's
my
just
hoodie
like
off. Give
one
me a
of
sec.
It's just like one of those scenes from Scooby Doo where they each jump on top of each other and then the last one starts running away, except instead he runs towards it.
Yes.
We'd make for a great
Forward
horror
to
movie
adventure.
cast.
I'm actually gonna send out the Cubone. Tell it to look and see if see if she can find whatever that was. Hello?
What?
Hello?
What?
Nothing's happening.
We pursue the Pokemon.
Oh, I'm here.
That was
Sorry,
good.
my mic was muted. So yeah, you guys ventured to the far side of the cavern. Your flashlight flickering over the walls and bits of like rock formations, and everywhere you look, it glints a little bit. Your flashlight now a little bit closer to the machine. There appears to be some kind of receptacle, and a platform connected to some wires and hoses connected to the door. You're not exactly sure what that's about, but glancing over, you see no signs of the shadowy figure or its payload.
Tragic.
Yeah, so Ruby is out. She has dark vision. And she also has wall climb. I'm going to have her like watch the surface of our heads.
Okay. Which is Ruby? Excuse me.
Ruby is my Paris.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, she has
Gets
dark
deployed.
vision.
Paris love their caves. Paris's eyes glowing this really creepy, like pale, like lifeless-looking hue in the dark. She kind of glance over at it. It kind of scuttles along, giving you the heebie-jeebies, but you're glad it's on your side. Yeah, Paris is glancing around. Have Paris roll me a perception check.
She has a 3 in this.
Got big eyes.
Legit. Nice.
He also has stealth if you want to make the sneaky.
Couldn't hurt.
I want to roll stealth just so it can be sneaky. 14 on the Paris.
Okay, so 10, and
Good
then...
roll.
14 stealth.
That is so weird. The spectator's not getting your rolls.
Oh, that's because it's to GM. That's why. I've never rolled anything with Ruby before.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. That
So
makes sense.
these pages automatically roll to GM. I'm sorry.
No worries. Okay, so 10 and a 14 then. Yeah, so Ruby is scuttling about, kind of scuttling around, lifting up rocks, scratching at gems a little bit, kind of mesmerized by the
wall
surrounding
climbing.
area.
I have her climbing on the walls. She's
Nice.
looking
Yep.
up.
Yep. Looking all around. Goes inverted for a second. You see a pair of kind of pale flickers up there where the eyes are. And yeah, some of you kind of lose track of her. Elaine's still kind of keeping tabs on Ruby. Having trouble. Paris is not doing bad right now and not getting many results at all at the moment. After a few moments, Paris crawls back down, still keeping watch, but now back by your side.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess while we're in this large cavern, like every few minutes, she'll deploy the Paris.
Deploy the Paris. Okay.
To figure out where this spooky Pokemon is.
Okay. Moving on. What are you guys doing?
I guess it's time for whatchamacallit, Mako to investigate the mechanism.
Yeah, Elaine's gonna be right next to Mako with the flashlight. So
Deploy, Mako.
Deploy, Mako.
So am I rolling tech ed?
Tech head.
Yep. You can roll technology
That's
education for
that.
this if you like. Pretty solid.
13. Yeah.
You quickly determine, partially because the machine is labeled, this to be a mineral purity machine. This is a machine that checks the purity and temperament of the metals, and gives you the result. Directly below that, you see it appears to be set as you power up the terminal to gold, and it shows an object that you are familiar with in hindsight to be a nugget. It wants 90% purity gold.
What in the world?
Hmm.
Someone has a nugget on them.
It's a silver nugget.
Oh man, I also was like, wait, didn't we?
Yeah.
In a few moments, you put two and two together, and after trying the door, probably Vigo, you realize it's quite locked. Presumably, this is a trial that wants you to prospect the surrounding cavern and find some high-purity gold to put in. Thankfully, this whole area appears to be quite wealthy. There's probably something here somewhere.
Okay.
You imagine
And
this
I
is
still have
this is what the mines are
pickaxe.
like ordinarily, without the miners stripping everything.
Wow.
Well, me and Vigo still have pickaxes, I believe, unless they confiscated those. I know he's gone for a moment. There, you said the Sableye or whatever it was, like crawled through a hole and it's just gone now.
You lost sight of it. You don't know where it went.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Or what it was. We're just assuming it's a Sableye.
Are there any?
Yeah, it's a human.
Is there anything else in? Is this like a big open cavern, or is it split down? I kind of lost track.
It's a pretty big open cavern, just one way in, one way out. The way out is locked.
Okay. Can I start looking around for any kind of lanterns or any kind of tools that See if they left us with absolutely nothing.
Sure, roll a perception check.
Sweet. I shall ask for aid, largely due to the flashlight.
Okay. With an 11 in your perception, you're investigating the machine, and on the side of the machine, you actually determine there is essentially like a spotlight near the top of the machine, on a swivel, that is essentially designed to look down and to help inspect the minerals in question, like higher brightness. But you realize it's on sort of a fiber cable that you can just kind of wrench around and look at things, as long as it's it's quite high lumen. You basically have a spotlight now that you start shining around the cavern.
And is it mobile? Like I can pull it off?
No, it's part of the machine.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
Yep. And as you do so, you blast the light around the cavern. You quickly realize that the moment you start shining it on gems, they appear to be very mundane, like just part of the wall.
Interesting. Like the light is absorbing them, or they had some sort of illusion?
Like the light is like overpowering whatever perhaps inherent luminosity they had.
Oh. Guys, I think I figured it out. Or at least maybe we can get rich off this. At least I don't know.
Are there any like minerals or gems that don't seem to be being overpowered by the light? If that makes sense. Like anything that seems to stand out amidst the like.
Yeah, once we shine light on it, anything.
Amber's over here trying to look for her Kyber crystal.
Nothing particularly, no.
Because we are looking for a reflection as opposed to luminance.
Well, we're looking for specifically like extremely pure like
gold,
substance. So I assume it would be likely more reflective than something with impurities, which is my thought process.
Now you use the flashlight to kind of blast around the cavern, and you get a very good idea of the geography of the cavern. But none of the minerals appear to be reflective or luminous enough to show up when being shined on by this big searchlight. What you do find is high up on the ceiling what appears to be almost like a, shall we say, outcropping on the ceiling, very easy to miss, given the way the shadows are playing and the angle you'll be shining your flashlight at it. But this here has so much light that you don't get a great idea of the depth, but you see that there is some kind of ridge high up on the ceiling that appears to be horizontal, perhaps enough for you or somebody else to stand on. That's probably about 16, 17 feet up.
So in other words, we need to climb up there, and there's potential gold up there.
No idea, but it's there.
I want to go up there.
Okay, I have a cool. Let me evaluate the size. Hold up.
While you're doing that, can you repeat the last couple sentences? I heard something's up there.
It's like a lip.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Okay, I have a question, DM. Okay, could I use Sandshrews burrow capabilities to dig a little tunnel, and basically like a spiral, that we would be able to like crawl through and get up to that ledge if it like tunneled into the wall in like a spiral format, so we like could slowly, ascend in.
Deep Rock Galactic drilling up, yeah.
If you're doing that, Dwayne can help because he has burrow.
Sure, that's a fairly complex command. You would need to roll a command check to try and do that.
Sure. Where is that? Okay, right there. That's a 17.
All right, Sandshrew. So here's the plan. So we need to get up on that ledge up there, all right? And so what I want you to do is I want you to dig into that wall. And then as you're digging, I want you to dig a little bit up and a little to the left, and a little bit up and a little to the left, and a little bit up and to the little to the left.
True.
And you know what you're doing. You can like sense it, you know? You've got that intuition. You're gonna spiral all the way up to that ledge. And then we're gonna follow you in, okay?
Sandshrew looks dizzy. True. And like points up to like the lip the spotlight is on. And you nod affirmatively. And like, true. It starts slowly digging through the ground.
Why is it so upset at me? I got a 17.
Roleplay burned its brains.
That's my bad.
It begins digging, and you see like this little furrow in the ground as the Sandshrew is not the best at digging through solid rock, so it's a bit slow, and you hear this gravelly sound as it does so. A few minutes later, you see that same kind of furrow-looking thing hit one of the walls, and occasionally you see another furrow come up at somewhat regular intervals along the same wall. Until at one point the Sandshrew goes a little bit too far and pops its little shrew head out at probably like 100 degrees up on the wall and nearly falls out. True! It backpedals a little bit and pops back in.
Don't worry, you can do it.
And you continue hearing sounds. And then you see the Sandshrew pop out directly above the outcropping, and this time it just plops down. True?
Good job.
Looks down. Oh, holds up its hand as the spotlight is just blinding it.
All right, do you see anything up there? Maybe any gold if you can knock it down. Otherwise, I'll just climb in after you.
Sandshrew looking like the Jarl Balgruuf meme when he's woken up in the middle of the night to be told a dragon needs to be captured. Let me find the meme. I'll give it to you in a minute. He looks extremely disoriented, like squinting everywhere.
Okay, can we turn down that light,
looks behind. True. Like it's unsure of what it's seeing. Directly before you see a shimmer of something, and I need you to roll me an athletics check on the Sandshrew.
Sure. Let's go, Cuddles. You win these.
I hope so.
14.
Okay, hold on. I need to roll.
I'm digging a bunkie.
Oh no! Oh no! He's getting in a fight right now!
Oh no.
Oh, she is, rather. She's about to toss that Pokemon off the ledge like a WWE superstar. I'm a believer.
We found the Sableye. Congratulations.
Yeah, as you watch the Sandshrew like squinting ahead, and you see the Sandshrew just gets rammed, and the Sandshrew is like holding hands or wrestling with something that you can't see, and you see a glint of some kind of light source. Again, being totally drowned out by the spotlight. As the Sandshrew starts rolling. And just gets so much friction going that it overpowers whatever is trying to push it off the cliff.
Go!
And a few minutes later, you hear crashing sounds, the sounds of minerals and walls being broken, as you see more furrows in the wall, as you hear sounds of shrew, just the sounds of tools falling down the stairs as you all watch in anticipation. As part of the ceiling caves in, probably a good 10 or 12 feet away from the lip. Falling down, you see various minerals and gems spewing down like a waterfall. And Sandshrew falling down and just cannonballing into this pile of gems. Sanshrew's going to take a tick of damage.
Okay.
But well earned. You see the spotlight still trained up top. You look down at the darkness and see the sand shrew, maybe with your flashlight, the bit of its yellow hide, and directly in front of the sand shrew, you see a shadowy individual with two pale pearlescent-looking eyes and bits of, you can only assume, other gems kind of lining its body, probably from the big pile they presumably just broke through.
Would someone with Pokemon education like to roll a better roll than me?
Mako, do this.
Am I allowed to?
You have Pokemaniac.
Well, are we getting?
I thought only one person was allowed to roll per thing, but
That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
we can see it. Now.
You made the
Pokemon-
thing.
Mako!
Yeah, we seen it.
oh, sorry, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, man.
18.
You can use, is this Pokemaniac?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, dude, that is what you believe to be a Sableye, though it is, as always, very difficult to identify, because from your understanding of Sableye, they're invisible and dead silent and very stealthy. What you're seeing is a Sableye that was forced out into the open, you think, and it's just tough to quite get a bead on it. Let me go ahead and give you some stats on this bad boy. Since you rolled
Is it a
Pokemaniac.
shiny Sableye?
No, shiny Sableye is golden.
Wouldn't that be cool?
We just chuck it into the
Dude,
analyzer.
That would be really funny.
Yes, the gold nugget.
I'm sorry. Have we
Pika-
flushed this thing out into the open?
It's on the
Yes,
ground
we
now.
have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
It's on
both
the ground
they
now.
fell
It
through the
got
ceiling.
pushed. It lost the wrestling match and fell.
Amber's gonna be like, "Great job, Sandshrew! And who are you?"
Need to load. Oh, there we go. I need to roll on the generator.
Did
real
it take a damage or Sandshrew? Or both?
Sandshrew took a
Sandshrew.
tick. It may have taken a tick. We aren't aware.
Oh, okay.
I guess you
Of
may
course.
find out. I don't know how much
The
info your
ghost
Pokemaniac
type
thing gives you.
doesn't take damage from things like falling.
Psh.
But we
It's like
should
the most
absolutely try and catch
uninteractive type combination there is. Goes dark. You just ignore like half of
wonderful.
the things you throw at it.
I remember the glorious days where that literally had no weakness.
Yeah, and then they had to go and introduce fairy.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Ugh.
This is a female impish Sableye. Sableye are, of course, dark ghost type.
Impish is a very appropriate nature.
It is. This Sableye has the ability Stall.
Interesting. I don't know what that does, but
I can tell you. In a round's queue, a Pokemon with Stall is always last. If a Pokemon goes to the end of the queue, the Pokemon with Stall is still the last to move. The user's actions taken on their initiative count, not priority or interrupt, cannot be interrupted. So basically, whatever they do, you can't react to, but they also move after. It's a reactive ability.
Okay.
Yeah, which is actually kind of useful in some very specific situations, particularly for a Pokemon like Sableye.
And this is a level 7 Sableye.
Setup.
Okay.
Setup.
Can I pull a red shard out of my backpack and slowly approach the Sableye and attempt to gain its trust?
That's
Sure.
genius.
Roll me a charm check.
Oh, I am not good at those. This ain't gonna be good. Okay, well,
What do you
Then it's
mean?
not bad.
Yeah, not
I'm
bad.
only rank 2 in it, so.
The Sableye, you can see, there's no pupils, but the pearlescent eyes seem to glint a little bit as you get closer. The Sandshrew is, kind of roughing the ground with one of its back legs, clearly about to roll out this thing. As you kind of put a head on the Sandshrew. True.
Hey. It's gonna be okay. This guy's gonna be our friend now. We can be friends. We're very good at that, right?
Yep. You approach closer and closer.
slowly-
Now you're about 4 or 5 feet away. The eyes are still there. Do you proffer the shard?
Yeah, I'm gonna like set it onto the ground and then just kind of like shove it so that it skitters over to him. And then I'm gonna pull out another one while he's admiring the first.
Okay, so
Once he grabs it, I'm gonna pull out another
so you set the shard down. You don't hold it in your hand.
Yeah, and then like roll it
Interesting.
over to him, kind of.
Okay.
He's gonna try
beginning
to
to
trail
trail.
with the second one.
Yeah, you
beginning to trail of treats.
you put the shard down, and after a few seconds, you see the eyes wink out of existence, and then wink back into existence, like startlingly close. And as you see, silhouetted by the light, kind of coming off of the gems, and silhouetted by that, a slight shimmer of a clawed hand picking up and admiring the shard directly in front of its eyes.
So I'm gonna take the second one and put it in my hand, palm up, and just kind of set my hand out in front of me. Not all the way, not like reaching towards him, but just like if he
Resting.
wants the second one, he can come grab it out of my hand.
Okay. I'm gonna have you roll me one more charm check.
Sweet.
Come on.
Nice.
Double
Nice.
six.
Maximum.
Yeah.
Very nice. Is it 2d6? Yeah, you rolled 6 as a bow. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. Nice, man.
Nice.
Yeah. This time the creature doesn't disapparate. It slowly comes closer, and as it comes closer, its form begins to become more apparent. The thing is a very dark purple, or perhaps black, and embedded in its hide are various bits of gems. It's unclear if it's part of its biology or if it was just lying on gems for too long, and now they're just there. Reaches up and grabs the shard in your hands and attempts to take it back and kind of manipulate it a little bit.
Yeah, I won't. I'll try not to even flinch as he takes it out. And then as he kind of like pulls away to examine that one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my last red shard out, as well as one Pokeball. And I'm going to set the Pokeball down, and then the shard right next to it. And I would have been just like kind of on my haunches, like, so I'm down kind of at his level. And I'll just kind of patiently wait for him to stop examining shard number 2. Wait till he notices number 3 with the Pokeball out in front of me. See if he gets the message.
Okay. And these are all red shards, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The Sableye now having a red shard in its left hand and a shard in its right hand, disappears. And you see the gem pile behind it and in front of the sand shrew kind of move around a bit as the Sableye appears to be interacting with it.
I'm gonna sit down and then pull out of my backpack a blue shard and just start kind of playing with it myself.
Okay.
But all these cool toys I've got. These shiny things.
Okay. A few moments pass, and the Sableye returns.
Okay, cool.
And the 2 red shards are gone, presumably lost in the endless pile of mostly mineral detritus. And in its hands, it has a round, shiny object that it holds out, proffering hand down as if to drop it into your hand.
Yeah, I'll extend my hand, the empty one.
Okay. It drops into your hand, and the immediate weight of the thing kind of sags your hand. This is actually a very dense orb, and it's very
Metal.
smooth. Yeah. And in fact, as Elaine walks over with the flashlight slowly, you see this is a beautiful yellow shade. This thing just dropped a globe of gold into your hands.
Oh.
Is the Sableye like backing away, or is he staying put?
Yeah, he's seeing how you react, or she is seeing how you react to the exchange you've just made.
I'm gonna like nibble, see if I can get the metal to to what's the word? See if it's soft to the bite, I guess.
Sure. You take a bite as the Sableye picks up another gem, and you see its face, which until now you'd seen no seams, opens up to a row of golden jagged teeth as it seems to nibble on one of the shards you gave it.
Is the nugget somewhat soft?
It appears to be well tempered. It's not giving away any, really.
Can I reach out and attempt to rub the head of this Sableye?
Sure. The Sableye's like kind of nibbling on that red shard you gave it. So you reach out and feel it. It's like this weird, almost chitinous, weirdly smooth skin.
As I'm rubbing the head of the Sableye, I'll pass the gold off to Elaine and say, "Here, put that in the machine. That should be what we need." And then, if the Sableye continues to let me pet it, I'm gonna try to gently capture it with that Pokeball I had on the ground.
Okay. Yeah. The Sableye sees another red object and thinks it's a shard and reaches out and gets poofed into the Pokeball. It rocks a little bit, but it's content with the red shard it's currently using as a held item. So, a couple shakes and you're good. Caught, Sableye.
Nice.
Nice, dude.
Not even a capture check.
fantastic.
You actually just charmed a Pokemon.
Yeah.
That was
Really did.
insane. You killed it.
Can I? Actually, I didn't, and that's the real win. The curse is broken.
All right, now shovel everything into your backpack. We gotta take.
Yes, I was just about
Dude,
to
actually
say,
loot the pile, bro. We have hit the
I
mother
am
load.
taking the entire pile.
Just make sure you don't like sell it or anything, because first off, we have to feed it. Second, it will probably hate you if you do that. So,
I mean, I could just use it to gain friendship with it. Like, I pull it out and be like, "Hey, I brought your nest with you."
well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just like, be sure to take the collection with you and don't like immediately sell all of it, because it'll probably
Right.
really not like it if you do that.
Yeah.
You know, so if you just leave its nest, then that's an awful trade right there. That's
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and send this to you, and you'll have a Sableye now. So, a few months pass as Elaine walks the nugget back over, drops it in the receptacle. You hear some clanking sounds and some electrical reading sounds, and a few seconds later, the reader says 94% purity. And you hear some hydraulic clanking as several locks pop out, and the door opens with a Your way forward is clear.
So, in this loot pile, what is our collection?
Okay, well, I want you to roll 3 sets of d4 plus 1.
Ooh.
I mean, he got the capture. I'll let him roll the d4s.
This is all Mako.
Let me know what you get.
10, 7, and 8.
Cool.
I think I must just be the natural counterbalance to David, because as consistently as he rolls bad, I tend to roll good.
Yeah, tonight our party. I'm not gonna say anything. Never mind. We've been rolling
It's okay.
terrible, and I
Goodness.
cannot wait to finally roll good this session.
Okay.
Keep it up, guys.
Go ahead and put this into your inventory. You get 10 yellow shards, 7 blue shards, and 8 green shards.
Hey.
Additionally, you find 2 silver nuggets, each worth 500 Pokédollars each.
Nice, dude.
And could you write that for me so I can, so I don't lose track as I'm
Mhm.
putting it in? Thank you.
The spectator is typing.
Was it gonna hit success?
Spectator.
I believe it was 10 yellow shards. Thank you.
7
blue.
and 2 silver nuggets worth 500.
You get the
And
red
while
shards
he's
back?
like pouring over the loot, I'm gonna like
Nuggets.
go up and give Sandshrew a good scratch and be like,
You did great up there. Way to hold your own.
Yes, Sanshu agrees, and instead of letting you touch the armored outer shell, which it barely feels, it rolls over and it expects you to pet its belly.
of
Aw,
course, lots of scritches.
So
belly red.
rolls back as if in bliss. All right. So that particular encounter is over. And let me finish getting you that Sableye, because I have it.
Yeah, that's a sick bond, by the way. That will be a great addition to the
Yeah.
Oh, just a reminder, you do get to put in the stats yourself.
Nice.
party. We looked that up.
Hmm
You gotta put it all in special defense.
All of it.
Actually,
What kind of role does Sableye typically play on a team, Jeremiah?
support. It's basically you give it prankster plus a whole bunch of disruption stuff and foul play.
Cool.
Yeah, make it as tanky as you can get it.
These are crystal shards, right? Like they're just shards from Pokemon, right?
Yes.
Is that-
They serve the
is that
same
blue
function as shards. Yes.
Oh, okay.
And I think in this world we determined that you can also use them to create the stones,
Evolution
like fire
stones,
stones.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once Elaine gets into Artificer, which was not... I forgot to mention that it wasn't occultism as the second branch, but it's Artificer that can combine the shards into stone elements.
Okay.
I can look that up real quick for you.
Figured it was more money efficient to convert them into gems and sell them, but there may not be a way to do that. I can't remember, but nice. Well, this is now that I have the money for a Poke Toolbox. I'm probably going to spend my gym money to get like a full-on smartphone, and this is going to be really helpful towards that goal as well.
Well, and I think the other thing to consider is your electric needs a thunderstone, so you probably will want to use
does
those
it?
yellow shards to create a thunderstone.
Oh yeah. Okay. I thought it evolved via level up.
It says Electros Thunderstone minimum 40. So I assume you have to have a Thunderstone, but you also have to have a minimum level of 40.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a lot of Pokemon in this that would normally have like a specific trait or a specific evolution condition that also has a level minimum tacked onto it.
Yeah, just
likely
for
just for
balance,
balance,
I imagine. Yeah.
It doesn't want to be moved.
Well,
That's weird.
are we calling a halt here once we?
Yeah. What do you? You guys are probably about 2/3 of the way through the challenge.
This feels like a good stopping point.
Oh,
and I don't
wait,
feel like I have much more.
before we do that, have we entered like more or less a new area with this little spot right here with the Sableye, or was this for the sake of?
Yeah, sure. You can D20 here if you want. This would actually be probably about an above average place to search for valuable things.
I would like to check
well.
to see if this is the kind of place where I could find a fossil first.
Sure, medicine.
Hooah!
Oh, that's because I'm running Spectator, and Spectator doesn't have... Okay, got it. That makes sense. I made a handout with the Spectator, and I tried to give it to Mako.
13.
There you go. $13. Okay. You think that you're starting to get into the kind of soil texture that would support fossils for long periods of time. However, they would probably be buried under all of this loose ore, which probably came after, maybe part of a meteorite. So your best bet might be waiting a bit and checking again under more ideal conditions ahead, especially if your elevation climbs at all and you get closer to topsoil.
Yeah. Okay, so not doing it.
Okay.
I would like to use my D20 though.
Go for it.
The D20 is specifically for items, right? Not for Pokemon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless your item is a Pokemon.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and use mine here too, since it's confirmed above average and
Okay.
can't get me a global.
Above average for value, at least. Money value.
Probably, yeah.
Living at 13
You.
and 4.
I didn't use it
Okay.
last time, so
What were
I
the,
can't just keep waiting.
Who all rolled? And what
11,
were the
11,
results?
13, and 4.
Yeah. Everyone but Vigo. It still throws me, Jeremiah, because I was DMing for my cousin for a while, and his character is, I believe his last name was he was Vigo. I believe it was Wolfsbane, because at the time he was 14.
Okay. Who rolled?
Yeah,
who rolled
that's so
the? Who rolled the 11?
I did.
Okay, roll me a D4 plus 1.
You win these?
Yeah,
Nice.
not bad.
What'd you get?
4.
Nice. So you're getting. You find. Examining the mineral-strewn cavern, you find 4 of these kind of, as well as the Sableye pile, by the way. Like, some stuff you initially thought was kind of garbage, or like, just kind of pretty useless rock. You find some actually vaguely translucent, kind of brownish-looking spheres. You found 4 rock gems.
Oh, wow.
Gems are of course, expendable held objects that can temporarily boost certain type moves. So, rock gems boost rock type moves.
Okay.
And they don't sell for nothing as well. You can sell them for a bit. Okay, and
They don't sell for nothing.
what did the other person roll? Sorry.
So
A
I rolled a
4.
13 and Elaine rolled a 4.
Dude, you rolled a 13.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Roll me another D4 plus 1.
Four.
Okay. You find 4 kind of cracked, greenish, almost emerald-looking things, within which you see what appears to be some sort of primordial creature. Maybe this was a Pokemon at one time. You find
Fossils?
you found 4 bug gems.
Oh, let's go!
Wow.
Nice.
Some ambers for amber.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Nice.
Anybody else rolling?
I rolled a 4.
Okay. You find what appear to be a bunch of sapphires. They appear to shine like a prism, and they're cool to the touch when you grab them. Roll your D4 plus 1. 4 jaw fossils. You found 3 water gems, Christine.
I can't find a gem sell price, so if anyone else does, let me know, please.
Type gems, the sale price isn't listed.
Yeah. So they do sell for nothing, seemingly.
You said I found 3 water gems?
Yep, 3. And they'll sell for like 200, something like that a pop.
Hey.
I mean, hey, that's a few meals.
Admittedly,
Yeah.
these are on the rare side, so you may just want to keep them. If you can find utility
So-
for it.
What did the well?
So I just looked up their actual like description.
Yep, I'll check it in general as well for you.
So Yeah.
Free
So these
damage
items,
base? Oh.
yeah, are consumed as a free action to give a +3 damage base bonus to one attack of their type.
+3 damage base is insane.
Yeah, so like it goes from a base 4 to like a base 7.
Yeah, that's a pretty massive leap in damage.
For sure.
And it's an accessory for trainers. So your Pokemon get to keep their held item. You use the gem.
Oh, fascinating.
Huh. Okay.
And it's a free
Yeah.
action, by the way. So like you choose. It's not just like, oh, this is gonna trigger the first time they use it. Like you choose when as a free action to consume the gem.
As long as it's in your offhand or your accessory slot.
So they've gotten rid of all the downsides other than the one-time use. That's fascinating.
I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, and nobody else is rolling
Problem
here, right?
is I don't need rock.
No.
Cool.
Vigo saving.
So I think it's just Vigo that's banking for the fossil, of course. All right.
If I don't get one, I'm gonna be a little.
He's gonna riot.
Be a little sad.
All right. Okay. Well, if we're all pretty much smoked out here, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. Thanks very much for playing. We're almost done with the gym challenge. It's pretty low key. I wanted. This is one of the starter gym challenges, of course, but also, the fact that you've already been through this dungeon, I wanted to keep it kind of short and sweet with some interesting encounters.
Yeah, cool.
So we're most of the way
I've
through.
enjoyed it.
We'll see if we get any combat encounters. We may not.
I'm excited for the Sableye.
Sableye
That's
is
a crazy find.
the Sableye is a very it's a very hobo Pokemon. So I'm counting on you kids being responsible and not stealing from the cash register.
I've got to admit, I was already thinking that direction.
Yeah, don't. I feel like Vigo has enough morals in him to stop you from doing that. However, he also can't punch the Sableye, so.
Now, I am genuinely trying to not be evil this play.
I'm genuinely trying, guys.
Yeah.
You're over here like trying to make him so edgy, and I'm like, bro, this isn't Mako. You wanted him to be like the chipper protagonist with like bright, hopeful eyes.
Yeah.
And then you're trying to make him emo, like, ew, you're stinky, Elaine. Get away from me. It's like, what is
All
this?
right. Well, thanks so much for playing, guys. We're gonna go ahead and do a little bit of XP. Actually, I might do that at the end of the gym challenge just to keep things nice and easy for myself. You guys got a lot of like material goods this session, and then we'll do XP next time. Okay.
Okay.
Sweet.
Here's
Makes
my one
sense.
question, because I'll forget it otherwise. What are the chances that I leveled up my friendship level with Sandshrew?
Hey.
Decent. You're getting there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sandshrew MVP.
That's all I needed to hear.
That was awesome. Dug up through the wall. Had a wrestling contest.
I was really worried he was gonna lose. Or she was gonna lose.
Yeah,
I'm
the
not gonna lie.
Sandshrew would have gotten launched off a cliff and taken 2 ticks of damage, and then it would have had to
Yeah,
try
that would've
again.
been Honestly, I was gonna see if I could use like my juggler to like react and catch it before it hit the ground. But obviously that would have been
fun.
That would have been a skill
Like,
check.
throw a Pokeball at it as it's falling. That would have been so rad.
Yeah,
Or I guess shoot the laser. You wouldn't necessarily have to throw it.
exactly. But I mean, you still have to be really quick on the draw.
Right.
So, but that is kind of like the thing of my character. So I was like, it'd be worth a shot.
Yeah, totally. All right, good to be back into it. I hope David was stimulated. I know he's just a pretty tired guy. I know.
Yeah, he actually texted me and said, "What did I miss?" I was telling him, it was mostly set up. He said, "Yeah, I didn't realize how tired I was. But
Yeah.
He's been up super early today."
Oh, no worries. Well, he'll be able to chime in on the recording. Speaking of the recording, we're going to go ahead and end it here. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye, recording.
Goodbye.